Oh, welcome back, everyone. Back to Zelda Speedruns for a little late night racing here for you. Welcome to the finals of the first Ocarina of Time Randomizer Blitz tournament between Vodzilla and Namaha. Joined by the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Spike Vegeta on comms tonight. How you doing, Spike?
I'm doing good, buddy. Thank you for having me, Cubs.
So what the hell are we doing here? What is Blitz? What is this?
So the Blitz is, I guess, a concept that I came up with late last year, and I turned it into a bit of a Discord. We use this in the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer community, where the biggest thing is put whatever settings together you want, but let's have a quick tournament. We've seen plenty of 6 month to a year long tournaments and speedrunning and randomizer communities. I said, what if it's almost like a poker tournament where within in that world, maybe an afternoon you do a tournament. What happens if within a week or so you get a tournament done? Last Sunday, I believe it was 76 players faced off in a single qualifier to decide the top 32 players for these Blitz settings, that they immediately went into the bracket phase. And here within a week, we are down to the top 2 players in the tournament. We got the number 12 seed Vodzilla against the number 2 seed Namaha. The overall goals for the night within the Blitz settings are collect any 5 dungeon rewards in addition to the one that you have already collected. So 6 total. That gets you into Ganon's castle as per the standard. And then you just need the bow, magic, and light arrows to take down the evil doer of Ganondorf and take the victory tonight. We've had some really, really fun, exciting, close races. These have been coming in at an average around 2 to 3 hours. If it goes over 3, it gets pretty bad. So should have a pretty quick one, but we'll see what happens.
We've had races that have been an hour apart. We've had races that have been 30 seconds apart. There's the fact you only need 5 dungeons. People are going everywhere. You have multiple pass through. It's definitely going to be hectic. Keep an eye on things from the start. We're probably going to see both runners go in completely different directions right off the bat.
Yeah, looking like for the start here, both starting with Song of Storms. They're also going to start adult. And here we are in Lon Lon Ranch. I have seen a number of openings in Lon Lon Ranch for your adult spawn. It's just a terrible spawn location. Obviously, nothing adult's going to be doing there. We'll see. The common play that obviously when you go adult, there's a good amount of item density out in Kakariko. And it's looking like both players taking the exact same back walk over, and we'll see where it branches off from there. The pretty common first dungeon in these is the Dongo's Cavern. Obviously, you only need a bomb bag, potentially just a strength upgrade and some bomb chews. But, maybe the game won't give them bomb bag for a little while. Only time will tell.
Yeah, that Lon Lon Ranch start would be fine if we were child. So, we're going to end up with something like Child Lake as the child spawn. That's just how it works.
Of course. Vodzilla having some issues there with the Poe. I find here in the season 4 settings, with these random spawns, I'm learning backwalk angles across Hyrule Field that I never knew about. You were going to say, though?
Oh, I was gonna say, I learn them and then forget them come the next seed. It always happens. There's a wallet off the bat for Namaha.
All right, yeah, sitting there on the couch. Should have both of them get it right there. So potentially that puts a little bit more of like Fire Temple into logic. Just don't have to worry about filling up throwing as many rupees on the ground. So far, nothing terribly exciting we're seeing.
These settings, they are very similar to Season 4. We made a few changes. Obviously, you only need the 5 dungeons. Claim check. It's claim check only for Big Oron, so there's no hint there. And then we're going to see some custom hints in here called the Rewards Path. Just because we don't really have a better name for it at the moment. Once we get to some of those hints, we'll explain how those work. They are similar to Way of the Hero, but a little more in depth. So there actually are no Way of the Hero hints in this seed.
Yeah, it's potentially good. Obviously, good to see Zelda's Lullaby there in the windmill for Vodzilla. Potentially could cut out a little bit of a back and forth where Namaha is going to get it and then probably going to want to go back to the composer's grave. It's honestly interesting to see that both players have taken pretty different approaches here to Kakariko in the graveyard. I feel like they've just done a complete opposite set order of these like 12 Sphere Zero checks. But either way, ZL, the only interesting item along with the wallet that they have seen so far.
Well, since Mr. Tendo, it's not the dungeon, it's the dungeon reward. So you'll see a hint that will, well, let's just say, for example, Lon Lon Ranch is on the way of the Sapphire. It means something in Lon Lon Ranch will be logically required to complete the dungeon that gives you Zora's Sapphire. Oh.
Very nice vanilla hook shot right there, and a not so vanilla for Roar's win. Very good.
Is this even random?
Wow. Absolute. Well, all right, that's good to see. 20 easy bucks right there for Namaha. Again, like the one little inconvenience routing wise here, he's going to have to come back for it. But hookshot, you know, obviously one of the most powerful items to find in Randomizer. We've done a couple of these 5 dungeon seeds where hookshot ends up being like go mode and it's locking your last like 3 dungeons. Not going to have to worry about that today, but obviously hookshot by itself, not going to get you a ton, but in combination with other items, just opens up half the seed.
That is the unfortunate thing with these seeds sometimes. You may only have to do 5 dungeons. There may only be 5 dungeons available to complete.
Yeah.
You may have 2 or 3 dungeons locked behind items in Ganon's castle. There's some choice when it comes to these. At other times, unfortunately, you are railroaded into what you have to do. But figuring that out is just part of the battle of these settings.
It's obviously settings that inherently when you play them, like, I know I feel this way. I don't know how you feel about it. I feel like I want to play super, super aggressive, but you also never know what is the give and take of how aggressive you can play it. Because like you said, you might feel like, oh, well, you know, I'm kind of at the end. Maybe I've got my bow, my magic, my lights. I can beat 4 dungeons. Now let me just, as long as I run into one of those last like 4 items, then I could get my 5th dungeon be in go mode. Well, 3 of those might be locked away for all you know, and you can't find them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's happened a few more times than I think either of us would have liked.
We're tooling with the settings for sure.
We've had probably 15 to 20 async siege just with these settings, and it's amazing how many of them come down to, well, 1 item for 4 dungeons. Where the hell is it?
Looking like Namaha is going to actually elect to leave behind the composer's grave, potentially just kind of have the mindset, I'm going to pick that up, along with potentially doing the torches as child. I know I always value my songs quite a bit, so definitely the first interesting route divergence here, because Vodzilla on the left side of your screen will be picking up whatever is in here. If this is a big warp song or something, potentially get a song chain. This could be, you know, 1, 2, 3 more songs potentially.
I have a feeling Namaha wants to save this for child so we can grab the chest in here at the same time, but the song itself could be worth it.
Absolutely. Namaha coming up this way, going to pick up a few items, and then I imagine that we're about to see a save and quit right here from him, go back to Lon Lon, and then potentially go child.
Serenade will be very helpful for child. That's, I mean, we don't know where Prelude is yet. Just having a quick way to change ages. Now, obviously not as good for adult, but, I mean, let's face it, walking the Temple of Time sucks.
Oh, it's awful. No, I pop off seeing that Serenade right there. And interesting, another bit of route divergence right here. Immediately taking that Serenade of Water and saying, you know what, let's go read some hint stones. See if we can get some info right here.
EC is foolish. Wow.
So that is our first of 3 Baron hints right there. And, you know, we've always said, rarely would you ever skip Dodongo's Cavern in these settings. That is the first of like 7 things that needs to happen to make DC an option. You would have to know the other 5 dungeons you have to be are like required somehow to get to your lights. 40 is dead right there. Either way, it's probably one of those, they're going to wait till they have a healthy amount of not just bombs, but bomb chews to be able to just knock it out quickly at about the end of the seed.
I was about to say, I don't think you skip, I don't think you skip DC, period. I mean, if that's your 5th dungeon, you get in, you get out, you go. Kokiri Forest is on the path of Shadow. Well, we'll get our medallion check here.
Yeah, because again, that isn't the Shadow Temple. It's whatever the Shadow Medallion is.
I think Shadow Medallion was Deku Tree?
Yeah, I sadly cannot read that fast. Like, this is understandable. I like having it right in front of me. So Namaha just reads the pedestal really quick. He'll read it again here as child, and then he'll pause, take a peek at everything, and be able to lay everything out. And again, that's, man, you potentially are seeing a good time save here for Vodzilla. Primarily him just having the Serenade of Water, not so much the info. Because Kokiri Forest, he's probably going to be getting all those checks anyway, so he actually, with Song of Storms, will be able to get all of them.
Excuse me. Looking at the Stone's Medallions, it is Shadow Medallion. Or, excuse me, it is Deku Tree for Shadow Medallion, so chances are Kokiri Sword is in Kokiri Forest. So, the way these hints work, hell, could be a bomb bag to go find it somewhere. That's essentially, each of these hints generates a separate way of the hero list for each dungeon reward and magic. So maybe Kokiri Sword and maybe something required for Kokiri Sword 6 steps down the line. We don't know.
Yeah. We've seen some crazy trails for it. It's not just going to be as simple as, oh, the Kokiri Forest has the Kokiri Sword. Again, you need the slingshot, technically, to be able to beat the Deku Tree as well. So it could be step 1 of a 5-step process to get to one of those. Seeing slingshot game right here. It actually kind of worked out just conveniently rupee routing-wise for Namaha that he was able to get enough of a discount for buying the Hylian Shield that he had the perfect amount of rupees for and still be able to go do this as well. Getting the winner heart piece, and that's it, chat. That is the True Blitz settings. 9 minutes, 23 seconds. We have a winner. Namaha on your right side.
We're done. Pack it up, everybody. See that? No, we're not done.
We're going to keep going just a little bit longer for you guys. Again, right here. Again, just like Season 4, Zelda's Lullaby song check is taken care of. Expect to see Namaha pick up a few rupees on the way up here. Other hint info we did pick up there was that 50 and 40 skulls are both dead, so no marathon in terms of skulls tonight. The Gerudo Valley Hammer is dead. Dodongo's Cavern is foolish, and again, the Kokiri Forest will help you on the way to the Shadow Temple Medallion, which we know is the Deku Tree. Namaha back walking to Lon Lon Ranch. Looks like he should have just enough time today to get in there, get his next song check, and 2 more items. Now here's something I want to ask you, Cubs. Obviously, you've done quite a few of these asyncs. You've watched a few. Have you noticed, or have you done yourself, have you been skipping any checks that normally in these, kind of in just like Season 4 settings you like to do?
I'll be honest, I have not, but then again, I have an issue with just being too thorough anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I do know I've seen people, if it's not right in front of you, if frogs won, skip it. Chickens, skip it.
Mm.
I mean, if it takes more than 20, 30 seconds to get to, nothing. I've seen people just not get a single skull over the course of the seed and just risk 10, 20 not having anything. And that 20 skulls has decided more than a few matches.
Yeah, even like outside of aggressive blitz settings, 20 is just such a scary, scary check. And especially here early on knowing, okay, 40's dead, 50's dead. You're immediately not as worried about picking up skulls throughout the run. Nocturne of Shadow, that potentially, okay, is going to work out perfectly actually for Namaha's routing. That's going to be able to get him right over. You feel like he might be tempted to just push time of day a little deeper. Maybe even just give a save quit, see if that just puts him on the overworld. And then as soon as it turns over to nighttime, go over there, get Dompe, get that Serenade of Water, and get the Torches check that otherwise is not in a great position right now. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, just not in a great position now for Vodzilla if that Torches has something.
I'd almost be tempted to try and save scum time of day and see if I can't peek at what's in Valley as well.
Oh, very. Yeah,
find out that child spawn and then just, if nothing there, just find out the child spawn and immediately play Nocturne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always find, honestly, in season 4, it is awkward for me. Like, obviously, you open up knowing what your, either your child or your, whatever your starting age, what their spawn is. I'm always worried about figuring out what that starting spawn is for the other one then, because I feel like it's going to just completely screw up my routing. Could assist it, but I never know. I feel like I always just wait till I'm done an entire trail's worth with them.
And then if I don't do it early, half the time I forget to do it. An hour and a half in, I'm like, where the hell is much? Whoops.
And there you saw, just like you called out there, Cubs, Namaha saving to potentially save Scum, going to get these Gerudo Valley checks.
Yeah, because if there's nothing here, it's an instant reset. If there is something, you could almost work this into getting those back a lake hints, which obviously we don't see people do too much anymore. But with these path hints, especially the Baron hints, getting those early makes a big difference in these settings.
I will say these hints and having to read the logic of them, of like, okay, what is the trail? What is the puzzle? These are my favorite hints I have ever read in Zooter. In Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I think they're very, very fun to interpret the pathing of it. Because obviously the boring answer is, okay, Kokiri Forest will help you beat the Deku Tree. The Kokiri Sword's sitting in Mido's house. But what if it's like a hammer? What does that mean? Like, what is the trail we're going down? What if it's like a strength upgrade? I think that's super, super interesting.
The biggest thing I've noticed with the path hints is they're not limited to just that one dungeon reward. They're usually going to be something to help you with multiple things.
Yes.
You can.
I have definitely. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, you can get something like a tunic or a wallet because logically they're required, but more often than not, it's going to be something to help you, even if it's a dungeon you won't be able to clear because there's another item in Ganon's castle.
Yeah, I love it because many times I feel like I've made a play. Both these players already have their hook shot. I've been able to figure out interpretations, reading the path hints for, a hook shot that they want you by that path to be like the water temple or something, just to go find my first hook shot and to never even go to water. So, and now both of our players through very different routes are now both child here in Lake Hylia. So Namaha's going to be getting all that same info, reading up that Kokiri Forest is on the path of the Shadow Medallion, checking his dungeons.
Well,
Deku Tree.
Well, you never are upset to see a Dungeon Baron hit. The DC Baron, it's nice to see, but at the same time, you're probably going to end up doing it anyways. So I don't know how much time it actually saves you. Maybe a couple minutes if you have choose.
Yeah, you're probably looking at I would guess 3 to 4 minute time save. Again, if they have bomb choose. It's one they'll comfortably route in just later on. Some people might just say, I'm going to do it anyways, because you never know. You might get something like a big Goron sword or something. Something else potentially a little bit useful. But for now, obviously, they just know DC, they've known from the start of the seed. That's going to be one of their 5 dungeons. It's just not going to be it's more so that gives them info knowing, okay, there's got to be some early logic in other places to find my pathing through this. Just a 50 rupee piece right there.
If you're going to do that right now, it's going to have to be for, Requiem on Ocarina of Time. That's, I don't even know if there's a song out there that would make you go get Ocarina of Time that early. Because we have the 3 big ones, Nocturne, Storms, and ZL. Which it's funny that we have all 3 of those because those are the ones you're worried about. And
there is our OOT song. OOT for Epona song. So obviously only 3 items hard locked through that. We don't have Requiem of Spirits. So we don't have any desert access yet. Already have half of that with the hook shot. Let's see what Dape is going to give us. They're both able to smartly route this stuff in. Just the Bloopy of Destiny. Now, potentially Vodzilla dropping off the Keaton mask. Going to probably pick up at least a handful of skulls. Nice broken Deku stick set up there on the wall.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one. I like that one. I'm going to have to start doing that.
Yeah, there's
One,
a number. I know they do one in like Sacred Forest Meadow, dropping into the Wolfos Grotto,
yeah.
little setup just to save those sticks. That can definitely make the difference in some of these races.
W- it's interesting he's setting up Skull Mask early. We don't have a hint for that in these settings. It might show up as a sometimes, but I mean, you're not going to see it as an always hint. So it's been kind of varied whether people want to hit that early or put it on that chicken skulls level of just hard avoiding.
A little bit of interest right here on Namaha's side. He is electing to try to just backwalk across and maybe just kind of go for it all. Keep some of this stuff. He hasn't found anything terribly useful. Just getting some info and might be able to just get back to Kokiri Forest before it hits too far into the nighttime. It just switched over. And of course, he's thinking he's going for broke right now. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get to Dompe in time, but might be able to just get a Kokiri sword here and beat the Deku tree and then worry about time of day later on.
You are, right now, I don't know about you, if I'm not clearing a dungeon by the 25-30 minute mark, I feel incredibly behind in these seeds.
Yeah.
It can be such a dungeon rush that I start losing it. You know, if you feel like you're that far behind. Namaha making the choice to go for skulls though.
Yeah, there's his second one right there. I'm still a big believer. I mean, 10 skulls, that is your Sphere Zero. It's all about like how much time you're dedicating. He knows he's going to come up here. He's going to be getting the Kokiri sword chest anyways, especially with that Deku tree path right here. So picking up a quick skull along the way as it's conveniently at nighttime, only costing him a handful of seconds, maybe 5 seconds, of getting himself a skull. It's making sure that your 10 skulls doesn't cost nearly as much as a chicken, still keeping it underneath that Mendoza line, as I call it. And now we have got...
If he doesn't find anything, it's night. You can use Nocturne, go straight and get the Cax skulls as well.
Absolutely. Moving towards that 10. Let's see, we got a heart contender. They'll be able to full clear Kokiri Forest, starting with the Song of Storms. Nothing in the bottom part. Oh, Vodzilla, he's having an adventure, trying to open up the chest. What's it going to be? There'll be 2 options left. What could it be? Kokiri Sword? No, it is in the Storms Grotto. All right, Cubs, give me your prediction. What's it going to be?
I'm thinking hammer. I'm thinking strength. I don't think it's going to be that simple just getting Kokiri Sword. I will be surprised if it's that.
I'm saying this is where bomb bag number 1 is, right here. Forest Temple on the path of the Spirit Medallion, which is Shadow Temple. So Forest Temple could very much have a magic, a Din's Fire. Could potentially, well, yeah, magic, Din's Fire, hover boots, any of those. What are we going to have? A long shot.
Wow. Well,
immediately lowering the value of that OOT for Eponas.
There's your, there's your desert access. There's Morpha once we find Iron Boots. Good lord. This CC just opened way up.
Yeah, and off of that, I mean, so what is your guess off of that? Seeing, okay, there's a hook shot here. You already had another hook shot in Sphere Zero. That this is a GTG's got your Kokiri sword.
I'm almost thinking There's one check in GTG in Logic right now. It's that Stalfos check.
Yeah.
Is that your first bomb bag? Is that your first bow? Is the rooftop chest? That's available
I was gonna say,
right now.
The rooftop chest is right there. They're gonna need a lot more to put anything else in Logic, but they'll keep that stored away in the back of their minds. We could end up seeing a water temple clear tonight. Water temple, I find, is the worst dungeon on these Blitz settings. I don't go in there unless I have at least, obviously, my long shot and irons, whatever the, irons or gold scale. But I'm not going to go in there with just hook shot, with there only being 4 items and feeling like you got to play aggressive with these.
Now, Mr. Nintendo, it does not mean that, because all that hint tells us is that the long shot is, or that hook shot is somehow required to beat Deku. We don't know anything else about the seed from that. That's not. It's possible that it's locking Epona, that it's locking one of the, additionally locking one of the stone dungeons, but from that hint, we don't know that, unfortunately.
Yeah, right now to get Epona's song, they would need a bomb bag, they would need a megaton hammer, a strength upgrade, and a bow at minimum. All those things. Could potentially need hovers. Actually, between fire and forest, probably you'd almost say likely to have it. Both the players now, for taking some different routes, syncing up, getting Requiem of Spirit here. I wonder how long Namaha is going to be waiting to go get that song out of the composer's grave.
Now, one thing you could do, shoot the sun dead is always a good one. One thing you could do here, farm up some rupees and go buy some shoes.
Oh, this is true. This is a strat I never think about doing when I want that first set of shoes. But yeah, they've got a wallet. I always read a wallet, get a wallet. I'm like, okay, not a big deal. Invisible maze, back of Shadow Temple. They don't have to worry about that. And
Fountain?
Zora's Fountain, our second Baron hint.
See, that one always helps. KZ skip is legal in these settings, but it always feels bad when you go without iron boots.
Yeah.
Just having to leave that one behind, knowing that there's nothing there. Not only do you have to not worry about that, I think it devalues the King Zora skip, since it's only Ice Cavern.
Yeah, now you're reducing it to just 4 items and 1 song at that point.
And there's 0 point in going right now until we find a bottle.
Yeah. Oh, I've definitely done King Zora skip and then went, wait a minute, I don't have a bottle. I can't do anything with this.
More often than not, that works out, which is the crazy thing.
Gotta love Namaha breaking the stick right there accidentally and then just buying 20 pack more. He knew when it was coming. Yeah, and now for the potential first like big item that one of our players could find that the other one could have could be a long time until they go back. Now I'm also gonna get a Serenade of Water. Vodzilla already got this earlier, and then he's gonna be for sure doing the flame storage right here and picking up the check inside.
We haven't seen the child spawn yet, have we?
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, for all we knew, Namaha backwalked across all of Hyrule Field right there from Lake Hylia to get over, thinking he could just chain that right into Dungeon 1 for his Deku tree. Wasn't quite able to do it. Got some cool info.
Apparently,
for all we knew, he could have spawned. He could have spawned in the forest. Go ahead.
It's at the lab in the lake, apparently, according to chat.
Oh, Vodzilla saw it. Okay.
Could you get 2 worse spawn points?
That is atrocious.
I really don't think there are 2 worse spawn points in the game than Child Lake and Adult Lab.
Yeah, the Child Lake, you can at least like say, okay, it's like a super weak version of like Temple of Time. You can get there pretty quickly. But now that you have Serenade of Water, now it's completely useless. Ooh, Namaha. Was able to get it. Yeah, I like that setup with the side flip. I need to learn that. That's a good one. Just a recovery heart. Also is worth noting that Namaha is not going to be here at the time of night. Not during the 20 seconds that Dompe works here for. So that's going to be at least in the back of his mind that he was not able to get this.
It is impossible to make out what was on the top of the arch there, but I'm sure for Vob, but we'll see it here with Namaha at some point, I'm sure. And Prelude from Serenade, that I very much like seeing here.
Yeah. That, if nothing else, just like helps out Adult quite a bit. It basically, you're just kind of neutralizing how bad those spawn points were. And yeah, I was wondering if we were going to see this. Namaha is going to be going into the bottom of the well. Got that ZL. You hate to go in without ZL or explosives, but going without explosives, costing him potentially 3 items in here.
So the early well dip, I think this is a good play right now. what else do we have? We have a long shot, and that's it.
Yeah, you're not looking at a lot of items right now. Again, yeah, there's chickens, there's skull mask as we talked about. But yeah, just not a ton of options at this point. Could go adult Zora's River. Like I said, you could go out to GTG for about 2 checks in logic. Yeah, that's Sphere Zero. Again, to start with Song of Storms. Long as I get ZL or explosives, I'm going to consider coming into the well. And then you kind of just have the mentality, probably both these players, if anything's bomb locked and they don't put bombs in here right now, those 3 checks are just going to stay locked forever.
Yeah. Those are going to be hard last locations. But the number of times we've seen explosives with nothing in well, it wouldn't put it past a bomb bag in here.
All right, first checking out what is in the coffin over here for Namaha. That's an interesting little setup, just going across like that.
20 bucks that will never see the light of day.
That will get to stay with that carcass in there. Ooh, bomb chews.
Well,
Let's see how big the pack is. It's always the fiber, man. When you find it, it's always the fiber. But better than nothing, he will probably set up some routing here or potentially just go for it.
I think you scum the 2 bomb checks first and then reset if nothing. I mean, you have so few chews, you might as well save them while you can. And a bottle.
Ooh, all right.
That might be worth keeping.
Yeah, I think some players, I don't know about you, when I see 10, I save scum. When I see 5, if it's not a super convenient place for me to save scum, I just say, I'm just using 5 bomb chews. Zora's River obviously gives you the best value, 1 bomb chew getting you all the checks. You even have the ability to do frogs in the rain.
I would agree with that. I think since you can easily reset, just save right back to the start of the well, I think you scum that. Otherwise, yeah, with 5 chews, they're 5 lottery tickets. See what you can get.
Never know what you can run into. Does look like Namaha has elected. I swear, everyone's got a different route through bottom of the well that they do. But Namaha electing to skip out on Dead Hand right now. 2 items, potentially could be his 3rd key back there. Gonna go in the basement first now.
Yeah, I think I might have just actually gone to Dead. You know, there's at least 1 item between Dead Hand and the invisible chest.
I
don't know.
Again, I'll be interested to see here in the finals. Yeah, okay, he saves scumming all of those. Again, might go back to get that bottle. We'll see.
It makes sense. If it's that easy, might as well just save the chews. Use those that you're playing with house money. Use those elsewhere.
Vodzilla taking on Dead Hand, finding a piece of heart in the chest in the back. Looks like Namaha is going to like to go back. I'll be interested to see tonight if we see anybody make some crazy ballsy plays about things they might skip out on trying to play aggressive tonight.
These seeds, the fastest seed we saw this tournament, Vod put up a 140 in one of his races. We had a 340 in one of the races as well.
Wow.
It's been all over the place. And it really just does come down to the things you decide to skip for going fast. You get hard killed on those. There is you either benefit or you are just destroyed by some of these things you skip.
Yeah, I've got a certain buddy I know in the tournament who got knocked out in the first round of the brackets. I didn't even make brackets, so I can't talk any crap. Neither one of us, man. We were like, well, I guess we can organize from here.
Yeah.
But I know one, like, their mentality was they never killed a single skull, like you were saying. And sure enough, their first bracket seed, 10 skulls had something big.
I think it was 20. It was 20 skulls for lens for Rang on chest game.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
We roll some winners in this tournament for sure.
Oh my god, some of the asyncs have just been the most god awful pieces of shit. I swear. You can plan to whatever you want. The generator proves us all wrong. It's so much worse than anything we could ever think of. Well, nothing here in well yet. The chews are nice, but
yeah, 5-pack can you? I mean, save scum the heck out of them. Potentially make a central spawn point from DC. Potentially these players play a little more aggressive with them. Also for the fact that they know they could reverse Wasteland to go get more chews. Keep in mind these items that we also just saw back here for Vodzilla and Namaha. These are out of logic, only a piece of heart and a bloopy. But yeah, it might be a relatively slow opening play to this seed. But like you were saying, I was really feeling like we were going to find something in logic to help us move the seed along here in bottom of the well. But both our players just as surprised as we are. Really nothing down here.
I'm wondering if Namaha takes those chews and goes into Child Spirit. You have nothing else. It's just like, where do you have to pick somewhere to start right now. Where do you go?
Yeah, he's picking up his song, seeing if this is going to give him any eye openings right here. Because again, you're sitting here with a long shot and 5 bomb chews and a dream.
Yeah. Looks like both players are leaving the bottle behind as of right now.
Yeah, that's a little interesting considering you could go out of logic to Ice Cavern, but valuing those chews in other places.
The race yesterday, there was 1 bottle in logic. And
wow.
Yeah. We had a Way of the Hero bottle in one of the races yesterday. Yeah. So I'm not so sure I wouldn't be taking that.
And it looks like Vodzilla's gonna take it. Unless this is the first time he's getting to it, maybe?
Now he's keeping it.
He's keeping it. Down 2 bomb chews.
With so few things open to you, I think you can either try and follow the logic. Well, that opens a few things. We have a scale, a bomb lock scale.
Yeah, bomb locked scale right there. That saves them a bomb chew getting into Zora's River potentially. That doesn't tell them the logic. And you never know, sometimes we're like, is logic supposed to be I'm supposed to find a bomb bag? That leads you to believe that's the potential. And then there is something down Zora's River. Namaha looking like he's electing to go back adult.
I think you've got 2 choices in this seed. You go adult, you follow that long shot and you try to stay in logic, or you take that bottle and go to ice and just take a shot and say, something is incredibly, incredibly buried in here.
Yeah.
Do you just go for density at this point?
I mean, what all is in logic?
Something.
What all is in logic right now? The open grotto in Zora's River looks like that is what we are about to see on Vodzilla's side. I think I like this. Either way, this is just like best bang for your buck. 1 bomb chew, you'll get 4 checks for this. And more, considering you could even go into Zora's domain.
Did you happen, it doesn't look like Namaha's going for it. Did you happen to catch what was on the box? The box heart piece in the graveyard?
It was like a bloopy or something.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
looking like Namaha making his way through.
They might just use those shoes in DC right now.
Yeah, I'd be a little interested to see them use it in DC. I would rather hold on to them, potentially use them in, maybe you're going up the pathway. Goron City, go into DC and just set it as like a save scum point and then clear out, check the top 4 of DC. Looking like Vodzilla. Seeing the 200 piece up there, I get that. That potentially could be 10 more bomb chews in a second.
Yeah, I like the idea of scumming in DC. So, I mean, even if you find something helpful in Goron City, it may not be. I mean, does a bow help you that much? Does a mirror shield help you that much? Or you may want to scum that and get it later when you have more explosives.
Right. Have the read on it for later. Looking like right now he's saving. Unfortunately, with only this many. Are you kidding me? The other scale is on Frogs in the Rain.
So both scales are bomb locked.
Okay.
Where the hell is the bomb bag?
Now, what are we waiting for here? I mean, this right here could be it. Open grotto again. Adult can get here. This is a Sphere Zero check.
It's interesting to me that he chose to save out in the world instead of in DC.
DC
I
gives you a
understand it.
closer spawn. Mm.
Yeah.
Not getting too much value for these. Unfortunately, going to need a full 4 bomb juice. And
strength.
there's your strength upgrade. We know DC is barren. So, because my thought is when I'm low on checks and then I end up finding a strength upgrade, I say front 4 DC. Very well could be that. Don't mind prepping it. But here we know the DC is barren.
That strength does put Crater into Logic Forest, though.
It does allow you to stop the hot rod Goron. Don't believe we saw a good item up there.
I think it was just a rupee, yeah.
Wouldn't expect to see a Fire Temple dip here from Namaha, but you never know. Again, this is a interesting start to the seed. That a bow? That is a bow. That is a Forest Temple for Vodzilla right now.
Oh.
And Goron City helping with the ruby.
So Goron City leads to...
It has our bomb bag.
Yeah.
It just about has to. Our Goron Ruby is Dodongo's Cavern.
So one other thing it could be a hammer to lead to a bomb... No, never mind. It's, I was to say a hammer to lead to a bomb bag in DC, but DC's barren.
10 more bomb chews for Namaha. That's got to feel good. So right now, does Darunia have our bomb bag and we just haven't found Saria's yet? I'm trying to think of what song locations are in Logic that we haven't seen.
Minuet is not in Logic. We haven't seen Saria's, have we?
We have not seen Saria's.
Ice is not in Logic.
Namaha's got to feel good about running into those 10 bomb chews, open some stuff up. Potentially can do some more saves coming now.
Yeah,
30 is dead.
I don't think we actually have any song locations in Logic right now.
Then what did I say? Rolling Goron? We already saw, I mean, if I'm Vodzilla, I haven't checked the child Goron yet. So I'm thinking to myself, it's got to be that. I've got this strength upgrade. It's in Logic. That's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, we see Namaha going right back in. So this makes it more than likely, yeah, some people called it out in chat. Strength 2 is somewhere, and that's what allows you to get here into the boulder maze. And this is going to have Bomb Bag 1.
That, yeah. I think you may have something there.
Let's see. We're going to get 2 of them right now. Don't have hovers, so you can't get back there. Getting a health upgrade. Pierre is just a small key. And the Fire Temple. Is this Bomb Bag 1? It is not. Wow. Is it really the left side of the boulder maze?
Spike, let me ask you something.
What's up?
What the fuck did I roll?
What did you do?
What in the actual shit are we looking at?
I'm sitting here racking my brain, trying to figure out it. It must be silvers for the left side of the boulder maze. It's gotta be what it is for bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Throughout this tournament, I have found myself peeking the spoiler logs of the seeds I've rolled just to see where things are, and then kind of the drama of who goes to that location first. It is extremely tempting to check that log right now. I will be very honest.
You must be strong, my friend.
I'm not gonna, but it is very tempting.
Right, just to know 10 steps ahead of the audience what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Nice Mito skip right there from Namaha, utilizing the long shot, making his way out. I understand this right now. Saria's song. Of course, again, it's funny. Namaha making the push through Goron City. Vodzilla with the info, and he's thinking, I got this, man. One of these 3 checks, I'm about to go to Goron City. This is going to give me the goods. I'll tell you one thing. Some messed up logic you made here, Cubs, but look at the health meter on Namaha. My God.
You know, somebody brought up irons a little bit ago. It could be we have to beat water for Saria on Prelude.
On Prelude. Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah.
I was wondering that earlier. Here we are in the Wolfos Grotto. Namaha being aggressive with the bomb chew, the shielding of them. Back down to 2, has ran through 13 of his bomb chews now, clearing out a lot of it. It's got to feel good knowing DC's Baron, and you can just get that whenever. Now going for the waterless setup here for the glitchless jump. Just a little tappy to the left. Ooh, we're going in the water. We're wet.
Yeah, I'm not that. I just flick the stick. I'm not that fancy when I do this. No, this. Uh-oh. Namaha getting speared there.
Yeah, rushing it just a little bit, unfortunately. What are you guessing this is, Namaha? 10 skulls? 20? 20's in logic, I believe. So Namaha losing some time here, unfortunately. Getting a little bit of a back boost right there. Trying to make the best of a bad situation. 10, 20 chickens, skull mask. We're running out of options. The single checkout in GTG, the rooftop of Gerudo Fortress. We're down to a handful of checks.
I think I go to Fortress just because I'm an adult, but at some point you have to go for those early Sphere Zero checks. Well, there's Saria's.
Okay. So we need Minuet to put that in logic.
I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough for me to just go child right now. Although, we're getting adult lake here from Namaha. Bo was in the river. The heart piece buys domain. We're just locked by a bomb bag right now.
Yeah, that's the logic we're trying to find right now. So we've got an out of logic bow. We have an in logic strength. Both of them have a silver scale, each from different spots. One scale out in the Gerudo, or the Desert Colossus Fairy Fountain for Namaha. On your left side, Frogs in the Rain, giving Vodzilla their scale.
Well, we actually are seeing new checks at the moment.
Now we're getting adult fishing right here.
Now, see, Vod making the right play. We haven't. It's been 45 minutes. We haven't been in a dungeon.
Yeah. Again, a lot of that got a little skewed because DC is a thing, but we know the Forest Temple is going to give us something for these shots. And we get a bow. We get our own bow for Namaha. He was so excited, he tried to leave and steal the fishing rod.
That bow's in logic. So
that puts Forest in logic. Well, still not Forest in logic because we don't have Minuet.
Yeah. Minuet, what are we assuming it's on Prelude at the moment and irons are out there somewhere?
Vodzilla was like, I'm good. I'm gonna shoot this dude.
Yeah. I have had enough. What in the hell is this seed?
It's so perfect that this is the final seed so far.
Vod almost forgetting he can clear Forest Temple. Whoops.
Almost pieced out. I should be able to full clear Forest Temple, for his first completed dungeon. This will be his Kokiri Emerald, a third of Epona's song.
And I can't read how many he had, but I'm assuming.
I wanted to believe emotionally that was 10 skulls.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere. Well,
okay. Mirror shield. That can't be for the path. What is spirit? That would give us
Shadow Temple
closer to burning cack. There's no way.
Hovers in spirit, magic in spirit.
In one of the 3 checks.
Yeah. Oh,
there's no way. This is gonna be a loaded forest temple. This gives Vodzilla a big lead here, regardless.
I think that was 9 skull. Okay, he has 10 on his tracker, so that may have been 11.
Maybe 10 is your. Again, we know it can't be Bomb Bag. That's the funniest part. Bomb Bag has got to be in some way locked by what's in DC. Now, they could, Namaha could be out here at the Boulder and, South Hyrule, drop this bomb chew and get a Bomb Bag. But the first Bomb Bag has got to be somehow locked with something in Goron City, either the left side of the Boulder Maze or one of the 3 child checks. But Forest Temple, the first dungeon being hit up for either of our players. Namaha's got to get that strength upgrade in Sphere 0 in Zora's River in the open grotto. And you are at least getting a mirror shield. And I'm going to throw out the hot prediction. There will be something in addition to the mirror shield in here. Something more directly to help with Shadow Temple.
Surprised me at this. We said a couple times, what the hell do we have available right now?
10, 20. 10, 20 chicken skull mask. The Wolfa or the Stalfos out of GTG.
Namaha's gonna follow that long shot out there.
Yeah, not like a lot of his options.
It is better with that bow. Opens a few more checks out there.
Yeah, I as much as Vodzilla is ahead right now, I understand Namaha wanting to say, I want to find the logic here a little bit. Yeah. So if I find a Bomb Bag, that potentially opens up a lot. And to him, he doesn't know where the strength upgrade is, obviously.
I'm wondering if this ends up...
not waiting on the night time, not waiting for skulls.
I wonder if this ends up strength 2 in GTG for something in Silverblock. Titus, he could go farm money to buy more chews. We do have access to that chew salesman.
Yeah. If it can help him out, he'd like to see some good items here in GTG. And also maybe just like throw in a little huge rupee at one point there, even a purple rupee or something, just to make the farming a little faster and then buy 10 more like you're saying. He's already cleared out with those 15 bomb chews yet. He cleared out a lot of the explosive needs. We have a slingshot in the Forest Temple. Okay. Potentially that leads you down a path where Deku Tree is going to have magic Din's hovers.
That closed Deku has just been playing havoc lately. S4, Blitz, everything.
Yeah, and it makes sense for us in our settings that we said, well, let's not let Deku Tree be a completely free dungeon for your 5. So you do need to get that Kokiri sword to get in there.
Unfortunately, it turns DC almost into what Deku Tree used to be, but when you don't have DC to rush, I think it really messes with your routing in these settings because you just expect to be able to go clear DC very early.
Mm-hmm. And now, even knowing it's Baron, these runners really have not had the ability to do it if they wanted to waste their bomb chews early. Piece of heart, not right there.
Yeah, I think GTG is the play right now.
Obviously, a little unfortunate. Namaha's not going to be able to get the BMOS check on the right side, but can get an immediate 2 quick ones right here. Then the Stalfos. And then move a little bit deeper. At least be able to get 7 checks plus whatever is in the center, whatever he's allowed to get to with the keys. And do potentially some save scummage. Look at the right side. Start off key on the right. We'll keep it on the left. Another key. Oh, red ruby. Working towards that bomb shoe future potentially. I'm sure part of him wants to feel like I've had my fill of bomb shoes. I want a bomb bag. Give me like 2 more so I can beat DC quickly at the end of this. Because I don't know if Namaha actually knows the Goron City path for Dodongo's Cavern. I don't know if he actually saw that hint.
I'm trying to remember where that was. I don't remember where it was at the moment. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, I want to say that might be some info that Vodzilla has that Namaha does not, which obviously changes the way you're thinking about this. Namaha's out here probably still thinking, oh, I can potentially see a bomb bag. Vodzilla more so in the thought process of at some point, somewhere in logic, I'm going to see silvers. And now that you have that mirror shield, the thing you got to realize is if I find silvers, that not only gets me Spirit Temple knocked out, it also probably leads me to my bomb bag, so I can also knock out that dungeon. So it's potentially a 2-fer you're looking right now, already locking up dungeon 1. So you're potentially already kind of piecing together really what your 5 dungeon route's going to be.
One thing we haven't seen, we did get that sun song in the crater. We have not seen either runner go towards. Well, there we go.
Okay, so the long shot to get TGTG, to get the Kokiri sword, that is the logic for the Kokiri sword, or for the Kokiri forest, path to Deku Tree. So that is going to lock up a dungeon for sure for Namaha. That's going to push him back child before too much longer.
Yeah, that is our path of the Shadow Medallion, unfortunately. I almost think it's a little underwhelming, especially if Deku doesn't have anything. I think you actually want more of a chain there because we just have so little.
Yeah, potentially. We haven't seen a lot other than the mirror shield and our first slingshot in Forest Temple. We know that helps with beating Shadow, so potentially there's something there for you need that as well in order to beat Deku Tree, and there's one of the Shadow Temple items in there. The problem is you might have to beat all of these in order to get Saria's songs. You're not even technically supposed to be in Forest Temple, so I'm not sure. Or not even to find Saria's, but to find Minuet. It is hard Minuet locked by the logic.
Yeah, the more we see, I'm wondering where irons are, because that Minuet can't be too many places at this point. Well, okay, apparently it's the sword factory in GTG today.
We got a little butter knife, but we also got the big boy sword. Looking out over there, looks like a bloopy. Yeah, if he sees only mirror shield and slingshot in here, I'm tempted to believe that Shadow Temple is just supposed to be late in logic, and you're gonna find one of the Shadow Trinity in Deku Tree. Yeah, Namaha's gonna save scum. Look at these 2 items on the right side first. And no keys yet, so he knows he's... So it's nice when there's only items over here, and especially dead items. Gonna be a key there, so gonna be able to likely get to the 4th chest in the maze. We're gonna have to leave that last one behind without silvers or a bomb bag or iron / Song of Time for that matter.
Yeah, it's another one. Where is Song of Time now? Because are we gonna find something that we need that key for? I mean, it could still be 2 keys in the maze to get to the center.
And so if you're Namaha right now, Gonna rush probably. You gotta feel like it's like you were saying. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. He's saying I have not beaten a dungeon yet. So potentially Deku Tree, take that scale, go through the forest, knock out. Going through Zora's River, you would imagine that'll get him a strength upgrade, and this will kind of barrel him through Deku Tree and Forest Temple for dungeons 1 and 2 completed. The only other thing is he going to sit here and just farm a little bit and go buy 10 bomb juice? Din's Fire out in GTG.
Well,
Nope, he's immediately leaving. Prelude going child.
I think you follow that Kokiri sword. Bomb bag and Deku?
Well, we know it can't be there. We know because Goron City's got to be on the path of Dodongo's Cavern. If the bomb bag's just out there, then yeah, that can't be it. Again, it's something earlier in logic that we have not seen. Possibly could be 10.
Yeah.
You have Vodzilla with 10 skulls. Not sure how many Namahas picked up.
He's got 2 on his tracker. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Could you imagine both Deku and DC Baron? I mean,
oh my god,
that ruins your routing for a seed like this. You expect something early in those dungeons.
Right now, looks like Namaha pushing it to nighttime, immediately playing Sun Song.
Nah, he wants Dampe.
Okay, I thought it was already into nighttime. Did he not get Dampe before? Okay, yeah.
He had set it up. Yeah.
He ended up having to kind of abandon it, put it off till later. This will also get him the Sun Song Grave if he wants it.
Apparently not.
He'd run, maybe not. I don't believe we have seen either of the players pick that check up.
No. Shoot the Sun was hinted dead, Scout. No. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe just not thinking about it.
Yeah, I can understand that if you're so focused in on Deku that you just don't think about it. Although looks like we're seeing a domain play here.
Okay, I like this as a different way for him. I mean, again, he doesn't have a war point, doesn't have minuet or anything, so I'm gonna go pick this up, just fill up his wallet. All right.
Yeah, that's when he goes back adult. That's 10 more chews if he doesn't find the bomb bag.
Yeah, you hate to feel like you're gonna make that time commitment. Like if you were gonna do that, it would have been a little less to obviously just sit there and farm right there in GTG, just go in and out for $20 and then go buy them. Little scary going around with no explosives, but probably is feeling a little bit of pressure. No dungeons down, but still playing a relatively thorough approach. Again, knows he's got Deku Tree. He's going to make a play for Zora's Domain, Zora's River, and then into Kokiri Forest, it's looking like.
I do just want to say, we do know that VOD's internet is not the greatest, unfortunately, at the moment. But for him to even be attempting to play through this, GG to him. I mean, it's not turned this into a bash fest over internet. It's got how many problems have we had with our internets lately, Spike? Both you.
Oh
and
God, yeah. I was about to say big shouts to Comcast. I want to give it to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's sometimes some days it just tells you it's gonna be a slideshow. Namaha going for the twofer right here. We are. Again, that forest temple for the Path of the Shadow, we saw Mirror Shield, which we just saw right there. Burning Kakariko would get you Bolero, so can't be anything for that. There's 3 Mirror Shield lock checks and Slingshot, which, I mean, at this point is just Goma and whatever the item is on target in the woods. That's it. Potentially half along. Well, no, it can't be that. You would need Shadow Temple to get the light arrow cutscene.
Is he gonna go? I wonder if Namaha goes straight toward the shortcut to Lost Woods and bypasses River right now, and doesn't get that gold scale and strength.
I'm about to say To me, if you're doing Zora's Domain checks, you're going to do those as well. You maybe even just pop out at the bottom and just go over to Kokiri Forest from that direction. You possibly go back up. You'll see that bow and immediately know, well, okay, I don't need that. But that was another bow I could have had somewhat earlier on. The ice arrows, all right. Bongo is shaking in his boots. But yeah, Forest Temple not having the Shadow Path items that I thought we were going to be seeing. Last time I checked, I didn't know you needed a slingshot and a mirror shield to beat the Shadow Temple. But apparently in this seed, that is the case. Already found Din's Fire in GTG on the right side for Namaha.
This is Ocarina time. If you want something bad enough, you can find a way.
Namaha popping out, seeing what is up there.
All right,
and now knows the Goron City. Well, I like that little setup right there to snag that skull from the side. I always have to do a big old lineup for it. And yeah, he's going down the river. He's going to get all these checks.
Yeah.
Knows that that open grotto is in logic. And again, him reading that, he already knows that he's cleared out a number of those checks.
Yeah. If assuming it is a bomb bag, and it's not like hammer leads to bomb bag or something, Daruni is. What could it even be?
I'm thinking it's somehow we need to find either hammer or silvers. Was that Deku Nuts? Very nice, very nice. So it is either slingshot or mirror shield for that. Yeah, it's we're looking at potentially either silvers or hammer to get to bomb bag. That's what it's gonna be. Because again, it's bombs hard lock the other two, so it can't be either one of those. It could be something else there. And that's also like, I don't even think we had talked about this yet, but that is gold scale with a long shot. Water is on the table if you just want to make that a dungeon.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're gonna do this again, aren't we?
This.
Rolling for the 1 in 10.
Oh God.
The 9 in 10 rather.
Oh, the play that has spawned the new term getting Kuroxed. Oh.
My poor dude.
It never happens. The 90% never fails until it does. And then it's just, Is there a worse feeling in this game?
Oh, it's awful. I hate it.
Yeah.
You think to yourself, we had that in the quarterfinals match, Kurox versus Namaha, that we got to do some co-casting for, myself and Nukes. And Kurox was able to make it into Water Temple, going for his 5th dungeon a little bit before Namaha did. But he missed Iron Boots, making the aggressive play. Didn't end up getting Richard, which sounds a lot worse than it actually is. In that moment, it was the correct play. 9 and 10, the gold scale was going to give you the boss key, and unfortunately, it was in Central Pillar, costing Kurox the W, giving it to Namaha. And Namaha now trying to win it here with that Kokiri sword he got from GTG. And we have Vodzilla doing the reverse wasteland, saying like it's a dance, doing the reverse wasteland.
Vod, he did go and collect some rupees. I think he's buying chews here. And then possibly going to GTG.
I can see that. Being a little more stocked up. Those 10 bomb chews. Again, it probably looks a little worse for Namaha than it actually is, being down all those bomb chews. Would, of course, love more. But he did a lot of clearing out of kind of your standard stuff.
I like this little strat here from Vod. It's, for some reason, if you just start climbing down that ladder and then climb back up, the poles in the desert light up. No one knows why. It's just Ocarina time.
Love it.
That.
I think I've seen this like once before.
It's perfect for crossing the desert at night. There is.
I'm a big baby. Yeah. If I have access to Sunsong, I'm like, no, I'm making it daytime. I can't see anything.
It's crazy how we know so much about this 23-year-old game, yet there's so much crap we have no idea why it happens. It's crazy.
Namaha going into Deku Tree. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be skipping the hint stones. By my count, the only hints we're missing is one more just sometimes hint and the third Baron hint. We know Dodongo's Cavern, Zora's Fountain are Baron. We know Kokiri Forest led to the Deku Tree eventually, which was our long shot to get to the Kokiri Sword out in GTG. Forest Temple was on the path of beating the Shadow Temple. And right now that gave us a slingshot and a mirror shield, so the jury is out on that one. And Goron City giving us the path of Dodongo's Cavern, which just, again, has to be bomb bag.
You don't have any bad memories about skipping those hint stones, do you?
You should tell. You should tell the people. You should tell.
God.
The people.
There was an async. One of the asyncs that was rolled for these settings. Oh my God. There was a hint. There were 2 hints, obviously, for 50 skulls. Having your logical magic. Guess where they both ended? Well, okay. First of all, there's our water access.
Yep. Still, in logic. Wow, is this legitimately going to be?
That's got to lead to Minuet at this point.
Yeah.
So to finish the story, 2 hint stones to back at Deku. 2 hints in the game for 50 skulls. Where do you think they both ended up?
On the my God, the convergence of those skulls. The left side of the Deku Tree and the right side of the Deku Tree. Neither were right on that day. That was unbelievable to find that hint.
And even better, Kokiri's sword was in Shadow Temple.
Yep. Yeah, there was no way. You had to do it.
Yeah. If you were going to get him, you have to get him as adult. No, very few people are making that play unless you're right there having just finished Forest Temple.
As it turned out, that was you spawned in Kokiri Forest, like coming out of like the shop or something. So like technically the very first thing in the seed you could have done was just go be like, let me go read those 2 hint stones and just have that info right off the bat and think, wow, I'm settling in for some skulls.
It's interesting. I mean, I've heard this from many people. When you hear Blitz settings, you think these are supposed to be very quick seeds, so why leave some of those the 40, 50 skulls? Frogs too, why leave some of those checks on that take longer? And it's a routing decision. If you want to go for those hints, go for those. You get Megaton Hammer on 40, are you pushing for 40 skulls because you know you can complete that?
Mm-hmm.
That's just one of those routing decisions you have to make in these settings.
And you never know if, like, again, like you say, that might be one of your only 5 dungeons that you have access to. The seed just has to make sure you can beat 5 of them. Any 5. Could give you access to 5. Could give you access to 8. Oh, it's in that risk reward.
I remember one we did that Din's Fire at the top, at highest Goron in Fire, locked 4 dungeons.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm pretty sure all of us in the race were in 4 dungeon mode for over an hour before.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I think that was one of the first ones of these we ever did. I remember you telling me about that.
Oh yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah, Iron Boots were in Deku.
That's logic.
I think, yeah. Your average Link, thank you for the raid, and yes, indeed, Hot the Spile. Oh, good old Skyward Sword. Hot the Spile, indeed.
What? Hot the Spile? I don't even know the lore. Going in, Namaha looking to tie it up at 1 dungeon apiece. Forest Temple on the left side, a much shorter Deku Tree on the right side for Namaha. So, I mean, at this point, his biggest problem is he is down explosives. So there is 1 check he will not be able to get to, and he's also down his Song of Time. So there are 2 checks he can't get to. Do you go in there just thinking, like, that might be where my logic is? It's also the fact that this could be a hard lock for Bomb Bag, that it's just, Saria Song is what you're about to get out of here, which, yes, there's access to beating Force Symbol, but also there's access to Darunia to get you your Bomb Bag.
Yeah, Yeah, I think you go. That really it? Assuming you don't need Bomb Bag to beat Water Temple, yeah, Darunia could have it.
Also got the Lens of Truth in there, giving us potentially the one check. Again, there is also the caveat, neither of our players have found magic or lights. Those items can definitely be a thorn in your side. Coming up on the end when you feel like you're in 5 dungeon mode.
So you're 75 minutes in. You finished 1 dungeon. How are you feeling right now, Spike?
I'm feeling like, I honestly don't think either of these players feel like they are behind necessarily. You know, unless it's one of those. I noticed Namaha skipped over skulls. Now, he didn't catch either of the 2 in the basement of Deku Tree. So I wonder if he's kind of aggressively playing away from them, just kind of saying, hey, if it's skulls, I might be just giving it to Vodzilla. We gotta look right here. Seeing if this is possibly either Spinning Pot or Darunia. He has no way currently of stopping the large Rolling Goron. But this could be Bomb Bag.
The semi-final matches yesterday, we had one of them had a 50 skull bow, the other had 40 skull strength. There it is.
There it is. So this is all. I guess it is all for logic. Oh my god.
So it's gotta be
Minuet's gotta be on Prelude. You gotta beat Water Temple. Wow. So all of a sudden, if you're Namaha, you feel like, well, okay, I know I can beat 4 dungeons. I can do DC, I can do Deku, I can do Forest, I can do Water. I've got Din's Fire. And I need magic at some point anyways.
I was about to say, that becomes the issue here. Magic becomes the light arrows on these settings.
Yeah.
That you could just be searching for them forever. That's gonna be a little rough. I mean, if you get to your 5 dungeons and you don't have magic, oh, that just feels bad.
Yeah, you have Namaha right there playing Sun Song. Not exactly sure what he's setting up right there. Might be just, it's to reset this dude's position, I guess. Because, yeah, it can take quite a while to watch him run all the way around. Vodzilla out here in GTG. I'm not sure we've seen him get anything of note that Namaha missed out on. Gonna get the Kokiri sword soon.
Ganon does hint light arrows, but one of the things we've noticed on these settings, light arrows can be in some awful locations.
Oh, yeah. We definitely had a couple of seeds the other day where it was 5 dungeons relatively quickly, and then it was a long trail to like get into the light trial, to get your hover boots, to get to the back of Shadow Temple, to get your light arrows, like stupid stuff like that.
I'm waiting for lights on horseback archery.
Oh, God.
I am 100% waiting for that right now.
At the very least right now, you know you're going to get 2 of those stones. If you theoretically got the hammer, you'd have Epona's Song. So and we've talked about this before, strategically, how you play these. I mean, you probably are just beating whatever your 5th dungeon is, but you potentially pick some of those borderline, what would be my 4th or 5th dungeons, in trying to cover for if OOT, if I need like an Epona's Song, or maybe, Song of Storms is on one of those. You're potentially covering for that awfulness.
So right now, if you're Namaha, you're looking for hammer to beat fire, magic to go beat shadow, or magic or magic and hovers. You're looking for something to get to a 5th dungeon right now.
Yeah, nothing is like super close for him. Yeah, we're gonna see Mirror Shield for him pretty soon.
Yeah, I have to think he's gonna wait on DC and hope to make that his 5th.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could see the rare 3rd chew now. I'll say we could see the rare 3rd chew bowling here to pick up some more chews. for DC.
Oh, I actually never knew that was. I didn't know it was choose third after that. That's interesting. Yeah, you probably play aggressively and just say, hey, I got to go beat not just 1, 2, but 3 more dungeons besides DC. I'm just going to hold out that at some point it's going to chuck me some chews.
To be honest, it's night. You could just go buy 5 chews right now from the chew shop.
Oh, these are all for true. Oh!
Well,
what a great Baron hint. Hyrule Castle. He take a little do-si-do 2-step over and said, okay, I guess we're done here.
Nope. See you, Dinsbury. Not heading that way.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You could just like buy a few chews if you wanted to. Probably at this point feeling a little bit behind. Playing relatively thorough considering he knew he could beat dungeons 2, 3, 4 right now.
Yeah, it's funny. When we first came up for these settings, we were worried about people doing everything they could to avoid doing stuff like Forest and Shadow. It's funny how often you end up doing those as a part of your 5 dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
You would think you hard avoid those, but no. If you have access to a dungeon, you go do it in these settings.
All right, so Namaha now getting this check. I wonder if he warped away and then realized, wait a minute, I never did that one. Yeah, I just got a little narrow vision, thinking about Dompe, thinking about having to take care of Deku Tree. Yeah, picking this up now. First time I believe either of our players have seen this. Yeah, both of them having to deal with that crappy Lake Hylia spawn point. Just gotta backwalk your way over and try to knock out the Deku Tree. Double D's.
Yeah. Never gonna turn those down.
No.
You're not really thrilled to see them, but you're never gonna say no.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, things like double defense, a stick upgrade, a nut upgrade. You never realize how useful those are until you go a whole seed without them. You're like, man, wouldn't that be nice to have right now?
Oh, yeah. I hate when all of a sudden I look and like maybe I'm wanting to fight like Dark Link or something. And then the seed I did today in the async didn't have hammer, didn't have big Goron sword. It's one of these Blitz settings. Was about to go up to Ganon, and then the Stalfos dropped 5 nuts to put me at 13 total Deku nuts. And I was like, oh, thank Jesus. Let's go, dude. I can now officially nut on Ganon.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that one. Moving on. It's almost midnight. It's late.
It's late, but here we are, hour 20 minutes. And we might be here for a little bit of a longer one.
Well, Namaha may be heading to just knock out DC right now.
Yeah, this is a little interesting. He's doing some general clearage here. Again, I don't believe he's got 10 skulls.
No, I think the last I saw he had 6.
Yeah, so very, 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 very lightly playing towards that. Because it looks like, honestly, at this point, you're not worried too much about Sphere Zero. You might have found your logic. You had to get long shot from those 2, like basically Sphere Zero locations to go out to GTG to get the Kokiri sword, to get the Iron Boots so you could beat the Water Temple. That got you Minuet, that got you Saria's. Saria's got you your bomb bag from Darunia. And that is awful.
Yeah.
Which also technically means that Deku wanted you to double dip. Because Slingshot 1, from what we've seen, is out at Forest Temple.
Oh God, you're right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, the playthrough is a thing on these seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost... as much as I hate Water Temple, I think I'm tempted to go right now. You know it's logically required for what has to be Minuet at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhat early in logic. There's a decent chance it actually has more at this point.
Well, and also keep this in mind. If you're making a play towards the Forest Temple, you want to beat it. Go beat Water right now. You have Serenade, then Prelude, go get your Minuet, and then you're already over here at Forest Temple. As opposed to this entire walk you're doing for it.
Or Namaha just, proves us both wrong, and we go straight to forest. That works too.
That works too. That works. That gets you there. I'll say if you know you're going to do it anyways. Water could potentially be very, very quick. The only problem with it is could be Song of Time locked, but I mean at this point, it's got to be. The way the logic is going do-si-do, you got to do it.
As many times as we've seen that 90% fail, it failed in both matches yesterday. In both matches, one time with Gold Scale, one time with Song of Time, for not having Song of Time in Water Temple with that boss key. Maybe it's a little bit of just recency bias, but I'd be afraid to go, almost afraid to go into water without being able to clear.
At this point, what are our remaining songs? We know Epona's song is going to be on OOT. We know Bolero is over on Burning Cack. So the remaining songs are Minuet and Song of Time, which have to be split up between Prelude and Ice Cavern.
And if Minuet's in Prelude, where the hell is Rudo's? Where is that hiding?
Could be Ganon's castle. We don't know. We might never need it.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Both of our players making their way through their second dungeon, mirroring each other. I think I had Mirror Shield on the brain because... or mirroring on the brain because there was a Mirror Shield right there for Namaha. Namaha at the very start of one of the longest dungeons. Right now trying to get the butthole skip for Vodzilla on the left. So should be done with his second dungeon very, very quickly.
Nothing better than trying to do B1 skip in a multi-world, right?
Oh, sweet Jesus. I know, I'm almost like thankful for when I get to do it like in a 3-player one, because when everybody started as child, when we would do like OG multi-worlds, everyone's going into Deku Tree first. So everyone about 5 minutes in is doing basement 1 skip. So that's like prime time that people are sending you potentially 16 items where you're trying to like get this precise like C up position and everything, and then everything's ruined.
And that's when you beg everyone's like, stop sending me stuff! And everyone runs to find something to send you at that exact moment. It's like when you see 3 ice traps in a shop, you know you have to buy them. You don't have a choice. That's the rules of the game.
Hey, or some players that I will remain unnamed might not know how to spell strength upgrade. And they just buy it thinking they're helpful. And the next thing you know, they freeze their friend's ass off. And it's an awkward time. Now, if you're Vodzilla, you got 2 dungeons down. You have access to be able to go do at least 1 more. You are thinking about that DC Way of the Hero you imagine. What's their next play? Go up to Goron City, try to find it. You have those bomb chews. If you know the setup, even if you just do it with the plant bomb, you can get 3 more items out of a Goron City that just has to have your bomb bag. At least has an item that gets you to your bomb bag.
I think we see him. I think we see that. I think we also see him clear out Lost Woods. With that slingshot, he can get target in the woods that Namaha couldn't. So if that's something, that
it could, because again, this all potentially leading down the path. The Forest Temple only gave us Mirror Shield and Slingshot. So I think there's actually some pretty okay odds that this Slingshot, this target in the woods, could give you your magic. Your hover, something.
If that's magic, that might be a hard last location. I don't see Namaha going back there for a long time.
He's going to have to interpret something, though, reading the logic. Nice recoil here from Namaha. Let's see what we got. Is this magic? Just a recovery heart. So, Mirror Shield, I believe, so Deku Tree, that is your shadow, it can't be anything because it's sharing a Light Arrow cutscene medallion position with Shadow Temple. So, Mirror Shield, oh god. Does Twin Rova have our magic? Twin Rova might have Magic covers one or the other.
Where's strength 2?
Yeah, that's a big one right now. Because then I hard want to route in Spirit Temple as my 5th dungeon. You've already got Requiem. You got everything else to do it. Child Spirit we have not seen from either of our players yet. And now they're both only a strength away from being able to make that their 5th dungeon potentially.
Nobody panic. I'm going to refresh both. Okay, panic a little bit. I'm going to refresh both players. Spike, you may want to give the page a refresh as well after this.
Alrighty. I gotcha.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Like, yeah, you're free to panic.
I'm going to refresh. They're 2 hours in.
Yeah. You're free to panic just a little bit, chat. Just a little. Yeah, this is... In fact, to be perfectly honest, if you need to take a minute, get up, stretch, go refill some water, this is probably the time, since we're just kind of tracing each other's footsteps at the moment.
Yeah, we got the classic Forest Temple on the right side from Namaha. Not a lot going on, we already know. And he's going to get the Slingshot here. I don't believe he's picked up Slingshot yet. Already got that Mirror Shield out of check 1. And Vodzilla picking up that bomb bag.
I think he picked it. No, he picked it up. God, where do you go from here?
I like Child Spirit, to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling like that, that's one of my dungeons. I'm trying to think of just like a dense area. Right now, no Rudo's Letter. I mean, they got the 1 bottle for Vodzilla that Namaha left behind. I'm not loving going out of logic to Ice Cavern right now. That is an option over there. You don't have like a great warp song to get you in the area. I don't believe he has turned in 10 skulls yet. So that's something else to think about.
Vod missing the jump.
I can't imagine he's going to use up his bomb chews here. I want to save those bomb chews to potentially Gomo DC here in a little bit.
With the bomb bag, you only need 2 at this point, so...
Yeah, potentially could speed it up just a little bit, but you hate to feel like, oh no, I missed 1 bomb chew. But he's using up all of them.
I mean, that's just the life of a commentator right there. You think you're being smart, and then the runners just prove you wrong every time.
Dunk on you. Other options, I mean, you could go into Fire Temple. No hammer right now, only 6 items in there. Child Spirit might be your best play.
For Vod, yes. Namaha, okay, Namaha did just get the Slingshot. I don't see him going there anytime soon. Because I think water is next for Namaha. And
yeah, they both have to be considering that soon. Just feeling like there's no way realistically that's not going to be one of my dungeons right now.
If I'm Vod, I think I rush water as soon as I go adult.
Yeah, both of them just like with the awkwardness, obviously this awful first bomb bag. They were able to short circuit things just a little bit. Picking up just some like random explosive checks that they both left behind here and there. Let's see, it looks like we're probably going to be getting a Prelude on the left side for Vod. Going adult, can play Serenade right away and go for dungeon number 3. Keep this a little bit of a lead up on Namaha. And actually going to go check. I believe, yeah, he has not done Bomb Chew Bowling. Hasn't checked the Fairy Fountain out here, so trying to do a little bit more coverage of child stuff before he heads out. This might be like a whole stretch that Namaha did.
He's gonna get that He's gonna get that Hyrule Castle Baron hit and just immediately turn right back around and go adult.
Dude, it was so funny. We got to see it a second time. I loved it. Just that immediate. Well, okay.
While we have a moment, do want to shout out our 2 trackers tonight doing the hero's work behind the scenes. We have Lazy, and I am going to butcher this so bad. I'm just going to call you ML. I do not know how to say your name. I apologize. Bot? Did the bot die? Bot. Oh, there you are, finally. Lazy. Hey, Lazy, that's me. And
I didn't know
Also,
I was a part of this. Nice.
please go give a follow to Spike, my co-commentator for night. Thank you very much for being here. This is when we put this idea together, I don't think either of us thought this would turn out anywhere close to the way it has been.
Dude, it was kind of, I guess, my idea to have these like quick tournaments, but Cubs, you were obviously the one who spearheaded wanting them to be a thing. There's that High Roll Castle Baron, again, the 2-step for Vodzilla, same as we saw from Namaha. And in 8 days, cranking out an entire, what started as a 76-person tournament in Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I hope this is the first of many, many tournaments to come down the pipeline. Again, the Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer community that I'm a part of, they literally run like 3 tournaments a week. Just like they'll have co-op tournaments, they'll have different, style hint tournaments, level 1 tournaments, all these different things. Hopefully we see a lot more for Zooter in the future, because this was a blast to get to be a part of. And hey, Cubs, you and I got knocked out on last Sunday. Yeah. So,
and there's a decent chance we're both top 15 in the next one. It's this is a bit of a crapshoot, but hey, at least you can have fun while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So Vod going back adult. He has the bottle. Do you consider making an ice play here after you do water?
Right, you got to go do water for dungeon number, I guess this is 3 for him at this point. Again, DC's out there ready to be taken care of. Looking like he's going to play Nocturne. Maybe just wants to knock out DC first. Or maybe just get a couple of these checks. He's going to get this Sun's Grave right here.
He's got
also going to get 10 and 20.
Yeah, he's got 20 marked on his tracker. I think that's where it is going right now. Oh god, is 20 skulls going to strike again?
About to say, for a lot of players, again, it's been more in the style of Namaha, where they just say, I'm going to elect to lose to skulls. He's sort of lightly picked them up throughout the race. Vodzilla, though, pushing 20, just like it's kind of your regular setting seed. Again, you don't know how many of these items. We don't have Boomerang. We don't have Rudo's Letter. That's 2 items away. We need Silver Gauntlets to take down Spirit. Don't see a hammer yet.
20 skulls is one of those that's... You just never feel comfortable doing it. It always feels out of the way. And it just feels like it catches you by surprise when it has something.
You say, really? This was it? Might have had a scene the other day where one of the ace things, 20 was hard needed. All right, let's check it. Our first look at skulls of the night. 10, it's just bombs. 20 is a big one. This could be a big advantage over Namaha. Bomb choose.
Oh. With those shoes, maybe now you just go knock out DC.
You just go knock out DC. I'm thinking the same thing. Go get Dungeon 3, go over to Water, get Dungeon 4, and then... Yeah, you could do Ice Cavern if you just want some out of logic density. Okay, so I'll be honest. I think the big thing for me is knowing Zora's Fountain is dead.
Yeah.
Right now, it's probably going to give you Song of Time, so it would give you just the 100% chance. Oh, and this is interesting. So the 30 hint, I actually was learning this. Namaha read the 30 hint. Vodzilla did not. So he does not know that 30 is dead. So he might be collecting an extra 10 skulls here, giving a little bit of time back to Namaha. Namaha does have that info. Then again, Namaha has not played to 10 and 20, so he doesn't have that info on him. Yeah, our first dip into DC. This is the longest it's been since... This is the furthest into a seed we have been into DC on these settings all tournament.
I can't think of one where we've been in there less than 45 minutes in. This is insane.
Yeah.
And now, we're going to be in here for all of 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do like just knocking out DC right here if you're Vodzilla.
I'm going to step away for 1 moment. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. Again, chat, these are the finals of The first ever, run by mainly Cubs, but I was there too. Spike Vegeta as well. The first ever Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer Blitz settings tournament. It's actually less about the settings, although we like them to be a little faster here with the 5 dungeon format. Defeat any 5 dungeons, 6 total dungeon rewards, including the free one. Ooh, Vodzilla had a lot of trouble getting up, actually. Getting up on top of this platform. But the finals of it, we got number 2 seed Namaha on the right side, number 12 seed Vodzilla on your left. This is a tournament that started last Sunday with 76 players in a qualifier. The top 32 players from that single qualifying race got into the bracket. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they went from 32 players to 16. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, and now the finals today as Namaha knocks out Phantom Ganon for his second dungeon, tying it up. Both of them have defeated Deku and Forest apiece. If anything, it looks like it's a little bit of a lead for Vodzilla. Namaha with a similar set of checks. I can't think of an area that Namaha has done necessarily over Vodzilla. So I don't know if there's much we can read off of that. But Vodzilla going to be getting Dungeon 3, a quick Baron to Dodongo's Cavern. Oh, there's something. Yeah, I do not believe we have seen Adult Lake Hylia for Vodzilla. And yeah, there's Namaha dropping right down. He's going in for his 4th dungeon, or his 3rd dungeon, going for the Water Temple play.
I think they both got the hint about Shoot the Sun being dead. But yeah. Well, this is somewhere on our logical chain of progression. I have to assume this is going to lead to something here.
No, yeah, that was Zora's Fountain. Our 3 Baron hints are Dodongo's Cavern, Zora's Fountain, and Hyrule Castle. Not the sexiest set of Baron hints. Only going to really save yourself doing about 7 or so checks right there. Hey, more bomb shoes. Nice.
You're not going to say no.
So 4 items here in water. Is there any part of you right now with how little there is to do right now? If you're Namaha, are you just getting the boss key and then you're bouncing? Wow, okay. All right, so it's not going to be a search for the lights. That's not going to be the problem this seed. And yeah, I was about to say, you're expecting right here, right behind. Namaha might be able to catch up a little bit of time afterwards right here if you're expecting that Vod's going to do water and then maybe do some Adult Lake Hylia after this.
I don't know if I bail if I find boss heat. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Child Spirit, that is the path of the Blitz Tournament Championship tonight. I am going to live and die by Child Spirit if I'm in either of their positions right now.
You've been able to figure out that logic is almost having to tell you that you get Minuet from beating Water Temple. Well, you could,
yeah, go. Get out of there, Namaha. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because you know why? Because they're going to find silvers in Child Spirit. They'll then go Adult, beat it, and Mirror Shield locks magic.
I will say, having Serenade makes this a much easier choice.
Yeah.
If you don't have Serenade, I think you stay in and finish. But also very handy finding those lights.
Mm-hmm.
In these settings, you are worried about 2 items the whole seed. Magic and lights.
When
you find those, a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. We're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. That early, for all you know, there's going to be some slowness with just not having Song of Time. Also, just like you couldn't have drawn up a better 1-2 punch. Here are the lights. Here's the boss key. You don't have to lower the water. Namaha trying to get this backflip strat right here. Yeah, he can't quite get the angle he's looking for. He's just going to climb up the thing. Not going to waste any more time.
To be honest, I have not seen that setup before. Although I usually just take the slow route of walking straight up.
I just, yeah, hope I have hovers so I can roll up the side. No.
What? Yeah,
Ooh,
Vod's deciding to stay in and check part of water here.
Might just be, okay, he's, oh, just, yeah, he hadn't gotten the top chest yet. I can understand that. Give yourself a little more of a chance if you're routing that.
Okay, I don't ever think to do that. I don't think I've ever thought to do that first, but yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because then if Bosky then pops up here, you've already checked that middle chest. And so it's a little bit faster, potentially saving quit as opposed to going back outside, going for it. So you got a 2 in 9 chance here. All right, he is not stopping. He is lowering the water. He wants to full clear water. He feels like there's something else in here. That interesting. Namaha, wow, look at the balls on this man running past the small key. He is saying, I'm not gonna lose. No. I'll lose to that. If my magic is in water, I'll lose to it. Not even gonna pick up the key.
I'm torn. I get the decision from both sides. I don't know what I do here, to be honest. I don't know what I do in this situation.
Well, Namaha feeling potentially a little bit behind. I don't know if he feels like he's behind. Obviously, on our side, he's a very quick Baron DC behind. Yeah, he's going Child Spirit. Child Spirit was what decided the tournament, the qualifier for a lot of players, including myself. There were hover boots in there that got you to your Shadow Temple for your 5th dungeon. And it looks like this got to be, if he's going Child, this is what he's going for.
Yeah, what's even left as Child? Jabu, Skull Mask?
Yeah, Skull Mask and chickens are there. So you gotta play Requiem, you gotta go check Child Spirit, and then after that, actually gonna be first, making their way downtown. Okay, he's analyzing. I totally get this in his position. He's got a slingshot for target in the woods.
He hasn't done Wolfos Grotto.
Oh, is that done Wolfos Grotto? I thought he did Wolfos Grotto.
Maybe. You know what? No, you're right. He did. He did with Choose. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I think he knocked that one out. Yeah, he lost one early to it. So keep paying attention to Vodzilla finding a wallet. That's our 2nd item here in Water Temple. Is he going to stop there? He's leaving 2 items behind at this point.
Hey, now we can buy his... Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
Hold a tick.
And yeah, unfortunately, now that he's on... Okay, yeah, he's going to elect to... He is full clearing Water Temple, at least as much as he can. Yeah. If you're Namaha, it was clarifying, was it the slingshot for target in the woods to give me my magic, or is it mirror shield locked? And again, it might not be for magic. This could be like for hovers. But the seed is staying narrow enough, honestly, to where I could definitely see Rudo's letter in Ganon's castle. Behind King Zor, there's like a hammer or something. Boomerang's big chillin' deep in Fire Temple, something like that. I think there's pretty decent odds. Child Spirit giving you what you need. Again, we have not seen chickens. We have not seen Skull Mask. Those are kind of the 2 big checks out there. The classic duo of Sphere Zero Child. That's 3 items here in water. Right now, the gamble looking good for Namaha.
Well, it looks like Vod said that's enough.
Yeah, I can understand that. You cleared out most of that. You just elect to lose to it at that point. There might be a little bit of a sunken cost fallacy. The fact that you did go that much further, ooh, looking like he dropped down. He's gonna have to save, quit, and start that section over. Now, here's the funny thing about Child Spirit. Could get locked out after 2 checks. There's one of them. If it's not this, what else is there? There's 1 item left in water that we know of. There's chickens, there's Skull Mask.
Yep, fire.
You can go into fire.
Oh god, fire, hammerless fire. Oh no.
Yeah, and Bolero is on Burning Cax. They're not going to get that this seed. There'll be a small key right here. I know it. Yep, there you go. Open you up to potentially 5 more checks. Nice jump slash setup right there from Vodzilla. Got it second try. I never know if it's faster to just let the Floor Master drag you back in Child Spirit.
I think if you're on VC, it's faster since you don't have to go through the reset screen. But on emulator, I think it's just either works.
Now, Namaha, obviously, pretty hard playing away from skulls. There's no way he's going to get this one.
Rang would have to be in this room for that to happen.
Yeah, you're not dropping down for it.
No.
Yeah, your standard becomes, if a skull takes 5 seconds or less, I'll snag it.
Shout out to Raikaru's accidental chew bullshit in here.
The bomb chew, or the Raichu.
The chew of destiny.
God, I'm so glad that happened on fucking GDQ, dude. It's so good.
And 15 minutes later, we had a setup for it.
Oh, yeah. Zero Community was like, we got this. Working on it hard. Execution-wise, I feel like our players are pretty similar. Vodzilla, unfortunately, losing a little bit of time here in water. Raising the water and just getting Morpha right here. God, his hitbox is absolute trash. I never know if it's Morpha's. I think it's just the hook shots hitbox is trash.
Morpha's hitbox does not exist.
Boomerang.
Well,
okay, that's interesting.
Assuming magic is available, that's in logic. That might be a big assumption, but it could be telling us magic is out there somewhere.
Oh, that is a tough pill to swallow if you're Namaha right there. Lost out on that cycle for the torch. He's got no choice. He either leaves this check behind, which right now you've committed to Child Spirit.
Yeah.
Boomerang was not what he was expecting to see out here. Is this going to be another seed? We had a qualifier earlier, or not a qualifier, but we had one of our bracket matches earlier in the week. Rudo's letter on chickens.
God. That...
And then what? You would need like silvers from Ganon's castle or something.
If magic's in spirit, oh god.
It looks like we're close to go mode, but there is a lot of hairiness left potentially.
The only good thing about potentially being in magic mode, having 5 dungeons done, you can just hard rule out Shadow Temple.
Yeah, Shadow Temple's just
never
dead.
set foot.
Which, I mean, that's, 12 items right there that all of a sudden you do not have to worry about.
That said, that could be a hammer that's in there. That could be a strength. That means you might not get another dungeon. So that's still a possibility. I think that was the right play for Namaha to go ahead and clear that out.
That sucks, obviously, but...
Because unless you find magic, you're not getting that as a adult.
Yeah. And, I mean, right now, again, you're narrowed. You're down to, like... I mean, if you're Namaha, are you about to go do chickens and Skull Mask?
You might.
Are you going to do 10?
I don't think he's turned it in, no.
So he could pick up 10 at the same time. Is this silvers? No. Oh my
Not
god.
scumming the key.
Yeah, I found that a little interesting. I mean, I guess he's cleared out the torches check, so it would not be that bad for him to get the other 2 small keys. But, oh man, no, he's going back adult. So what is the adult play? He doesn't have a bottle. He scummed his 1 bottle in the well.
Oh no. Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah, we do not have a bottle to put unfreezing King Zora into logic. That is the only thing separating us from King Zora being in logic.
Well,
Wait.
we now have a bottle.
Yeah.
The bottle that was
Oh,
in
ooh.
bottom of the well.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's in logic now. Ooh, okay, yeah, Namaha, I guess maybe thinking through his options and realizing, wait a minute. Yeah, I was sitting there like, I don't know, like, the only adult play I could think of is you go back to water that you've orphaned right now, which we know 2 of the other 3 items in there. Giant's wallet, which puts King Zora in logic. Oh my god. And a piece of heart in the boss key chest. Yeah, he's going to check 10 and chickens, and I don't know if he ever picked up Keaton Mask. Either way, we know watching here, there are not a lot of options left.
I saw Vod do it. I don't know if Namaha picked it up. I think he would have equipped it already if he had.
Yeah, we're picking up the cocks, ladies and gentlemen. Chad, I want to hear your predictions. What do you think this is? You think it's nothing? You think this is a hammer? A Rudo's letter? A silver gauntlets?
The 2-hour chicken play.
The 2-hour chicken play. And Namaha right now, he's the first one to do it.
I don't know if I'm feeling extremely behind right now, or if it's just like both of us are in the same situation. Let's take a chance.
Yeah, again, like, if you're Namaha, I feel like you probably feel like you routed this relatively properly. I don't think the routing has been bad by either one of them. The only thing I would have done was when I was Namaha, I would have done water first, assuming getting mini wet, and then I get over to forest a little bit faster. That would have been about the only thing I talked about. A few execution things here and there. Obviously, that Spirit Temple mishap on Namaha's side. Some of the stuff in Water Temple we just saw there for Vodzilla. So I don't feel necessarily behind. It's just kind of like, yeah, there's almost nothing left. And if it's 20, I am going to accept that as my final check right now. 20 along with Water Temple.
I think at this point you can assume there's something in Ganon's castle locking at least 1 dungeon.
Yeah,
maybe
at
more.
This point. And it might be locking our way to magic at this point. So we won't be going up and talking to Ganon, for sure.
Yeah.
When we go up, we're killing them. Yeah, now we're seeing some of what was some of that leftover that Namaha had cleared out with like bomb shoes and such earlier. Now Vodzilla's getting them. So they're going to end up in a pretty similar spot. This seed very much could just come down to some execution. See how it all lines up. Dungeon-wise, we got 4 dungeons completed for Vodzilla, 3 for Namaha. The only difference in that is that Namaha still needs to take care of Baron Dodongo's Cavern, as we know. That is going to be a very, very quick dungeon for him. And might be getting it on the way up to go check Fire Temple.
Running out of stuff, that might be the plan. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if Namaha has shoes yet. I don't know if he's found any more. So that may be a little time he gives back if he doesn't find shoes.
Yeah, that'd be a couple minutes. Even just running through, not grabbing any chests. Only a bloopy on chickens. All right, we are down to Skull Mask.
He's going back for the bottle. He's going back for the bottle.
Oh, man. Which, I think even if you're not going to make the Ice Cavern play right now, which I still don't super care for, you're just right here, so this makes enough sense. But yeah, I guess it's not even for King Zora skip. It's to defrost the dude.
He
But he doesn't
have...
No, he doesn't. Oh, yeah. Have we seen the Bolda of Destiny? Or the Tectai Grotto?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. Does the Boulder of Destiny actually have some destiny in it? That's gotta feel bad for Namaha. He definitely feels some amount of behind right now.
Okay, VOD apparently did both. I was about to say, I haven't seen it has a name. It's named for a reason, but I haven't seen it pay out in a while.
That was interesting. VOD killed that Poe.
I think he's trying to spawn a big Poe, and you can't spawn one. You can't spawn more than one Poe at a time.
Oh, he's making the big Poe play.
Yeah,
Man, we are digging right now. What?
I don't know why he's trying to spawn this one though.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spawn one, it should be the one by the sign. That's the easiest one.
Yeah, I thought the standard players just go kind of stand next to that, and then it shows up, and then you just get it standing still, basically.
Yeah.
Are we getting the same thing from Namaha?
Oh, for a moment, I thought VOD was gonna pull out the rando strats and use the Chew to kill a Poe.
Oh my god.
There is the most bullshit Zooter trick out there that you can use Epona to kill a big Poe.
What?
Yes. There is a setup. Yeah, this is what I would expect from Nama if you're going for big Poe. There is a setup to summon Epona, and it will kill the big Poe. While it in the cutscene coming to you.
Oh, that's sick as hell, dude.
It's the dumbest fucking thing ever that works.
All right, VOD's gonna be the first one to get his big Poe. Both players must just have the same mindset that, like, all right, VOD's giving him chickens and Skull Mask, and Namaha's giving him 20 and Skull Mask and saying, all right, if it was either one of those, I was gonna lose. Neither of them have done Skull Mask.
If there is actually something on Big Poes, what could it even be?
I'm just sitting there. Where's my Boulder of Destiny? That's all I'm thinking about.
I'll try. It could be Rudo's letter. It could be it can't be a hammer.
Yeah. If this is something, it's a blue bee. Okay. I can't believe both the players got to that level of desperation. Like, I'm gonna go to fire. Shoot, if you're Vodzilla on the left side, where's the Child Spirit play?
That may be what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised to see this first from both of our players.
I don't know what. I think fire has to be the next play for Namaha. I thought we were going to see that from VOD when he put the Goron tunic on, but maybe not.
Surely, check. Did anyone confirm? Did VOD check the Boulder of Destiny? I would feel bad if my Boulder didn't get checked.
Someone in chat did say that he did. I'd think
he did. Okay, and I guess Namaha did as well. They must have save scummed it or something.
Yeah,
because he looked at it, the Boulder was there, and he's walking away. It was $20. All right, good job, Boulder. Okay, well, 2 hours in, we have effectively beaten 4 dungeons apiece. It'll be a quick 4th one for Namaha. We have our light arrows. We have a bow. We need magic and something to beat a 5th dungeon. We either need silver gauntlets. We need Rudo's letter. We need the Megaton hammer.
Speaking of a boulder.
Speaking of yes! My boy, I don't give a shit if it's $20. Get that thing. Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. I think, yeah, we're getting the Skull Mask check. Here we go. I mean, Skull Mask check, the 4th item in water, and the 1 to 6 we have access to in fire.
Is that it? Is that really it?
I think it is. Oh, we haven't done Wolfos Grotto on VOD's side? Damn.
And King Zora. VOD could do King Zora.
VOD could do, yeah, VOD logically can do King Zora.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the 4th in water is the like actual last location for both of our players.
You know what? I would not put it past myself to roll the unbeatable seed. That's all I'm gonna say.
You did it.
We found a way.
I was like, Child Spirit's gonna have the answer, and it had questions in it. There was no answers to be found in there. A boomerang sitting in the torches check. Are you kidding me?
And that's, for that to be in logic, we need strength 2 or magic. That's not in logic just as child with what we have.
Okay. I was gonna say Spirit key logic. I don't pretend to know how it works.
That map chest, you either need, for child to get it, you need the ability to use fire and 1 key or all 5 keys.
Vodzilla went in and must have said no to the scrub.
Namaha is going ice.
Namaha is saying screw logic. Skullmask sucks. I'm getting out of logic. So this feels like I guess he feels super far behind. And he's making the Hail Mary play, saying, if it was Skullmask, I already lost. And the interesting thing is, even if you feel like, okay, Skullmask had Rudo's letter, hammer. In these settings, you can beat any 5 dungeons. So he could potentially find a different 5th dungeon here. As it turned out, he was basically tied. He could have went and found this. Chat, what does Skullmask have? Does it have anything?
I'm feeling like it's deep fire without hammer for Rudo's letter. Or
Megaton
hammer. Oh my god.
Megaton hammer on Skullmask.
Are we gonna find strength 2 in ice now?
Oh my god. So this is now, there's still many questions here. This seed is not over whatsoever. He's going to pull it. He's going to go. He's got to still find magic. And again, Namaha, we know he's not going to find Rudo's letter out here. So that's one thing. But he could find silvers.
Yeah. If it's letter in fire, he could walk into magic and silvers here and be in go mode.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, definitely magic from go mode for Vodzilla. The amazing miracle play would be silvers are out here in Ice Cavern. Silvers gets you to Spirit for Dungeon 5, and magic is Mirror Shield locked.
Oh my god.
There are many questions to be had. Keep in mind, once again, Namaha does have to beat DC at some point.
And that's what's great about these settings. Usually there's multiple paths, and most of them are fairly close in terms of time. It's just, do you pick the right one?
And again, that magic creating the dynamic where it can still go either way. Namaha picking up a few baby skulls here and there. Again, basically going with like 5 seconds apiece for them.
Welcome in everybody from What the Hell. Blitz week was cut a little short for What the Hell, but we are in the finals right now. This is some sort of seed right now. We're not really sure what's going on. It's all over the goddamn place. Let's just be honest.
What could be in fire? Obviously, if you're rooting for Namaha, you need fire to just be a 5th dungeon for VOD.
VOD's going to take a look at that left chest in the maze first. This makes sense. Take care of all the hammer stuff so you never have to come back this way.
Yeah, I get that. Possibly also just take out the fairy fountain.
I'm thinking magic. Magic and hammer rocks.
Magic. Oh. Oh, no.
Who would you make that play to go back there? I know I wouldn't.
Not immediately whatsoever.
The good old 1 bottle ice cavern.
The classic. It's the one bottle I'm never bothered by too much in Ice Cavern. It's really just getting King Zora. If I'm going in with one bottle, I just leave King Zora. So that's really where you lose the time, having to go back and bottle it up after getting the last check in the item.
Yeah.
Or checking the song.
I will say one bottle is better than no bombs.
Oh, people are right. Yeah, Gerudo Valley Hammer was one of our very first hints in the game. That's actually confirmed dead.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Damn.
Vod didn't check the fairy fountain going in, just knocked out that left side of the boulder maze. Yeah. One you could easily check on the way out if you want to just knock that out real quick. Again, like, there's nothing to rush Ganon for. You go into Ganon's castle to see if magic's just in there, which isn't a bad idea.
Purple
but, like, Ganon's not going to help you find the magic. He don't give a shit.
Purple brings the point, Namaha can't get King Zora right now, having done the jump. So it kind of doesn't matter for him.
Mm-hmm. Technically, you could get it. You could prep it. You could bottle a blue fire, walk back, unfreeze him, and then save quit. But, like, no Bolero, no... I mean, he's got Minuet. So, like, you could get back without taking too much time. But it's not
time
good.
that I'm willing to commit right now.
Yeah. And right now, if you're Namaha, you're just hitting some level of desperation. You're in ice right now.
We're going fancy strats in ice too.
Yeah, like in the glitchless jumps.
I keep telling myself I'll learn these jumps one day.
Yeah, same. Dude, it took me a few years to finally say, okay, I'll learn how to do a ground jump technique. Aw, that's too bad.
Oh, I remember all those conversations. It only takes a minute to push the block. It's not worth it.
It's not a big deal. I mean, there were people coming in talking about, like, God, Spike, you got to learn it. They save 20 minutes. I'm like, it probably saves like 15 seconds. There's a heart container. Yeah. I think that was our first item.
If there was another trick to save 20 minutes in this game, I think it would have been found by now.
Do we say that? I remember being in an interview with Runner Guy at a GDQ a couple years ago, asking him, like, how does the community keep finding these things? He was doing a run. I think it might have been bingo he was doing. And it was literally later that day, everyone was finding all the crazy stuff you could do where, like, you could use a Deku stick and a boomerang as adult and everything. It's like, yep, literally that day. Namaha not finding anything here in ice. He's going to get Song of Time. Yeah, this is sort of becoming a Hail Mary situation for Namaha. Might need something right here. The final bow.
Wow. Well.
Yeah.
Water?
Yeah, now where is he going? Yeah, he's going to go back for the 3 items in water he left behind.
You could go back to GTG now. Center of the maze, toilet. I don't know.
And there's 2 items for you. We haven't, again, like, you can't clinch it up for sure until Vodzilla finds the magic. If magic's in fire, he 100% wins. Again, there are 3 more items in water, 2 of which we know of. The Giant's Wallet, a piece of heart, and something else that Vodzilla did not check. If this were to be magic, this would be interesting. It would check off that need for Namaha without actually expanding what he could do. He could actually go do the first 2 checks of Shadow at that point.
Vanilla hovers. Oh no. Could it be?
The possibility is out there. There's the boss key. Yeah, I wasn't counting. I believe I only remember seeing 1 of the 6 items from Fire found by Vodzilla right there. I understand the temptation to say, kind of want to keep looking. Either way, it's going to be a search. Going for a glitchless jump here from Namaha, seeing if he can get it. Very nicely done. Didn't have bomb shoes, didn't have hovers. That was really his only option to getting that check early.
I assume. Yeah, I think the right play here is to. You don't want to get key locked.
Yeah, you at least do this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have Farrow's Wind, maybe you go up first and then set it. But yeah, this is.
Fortunately, no magic, so.
Yeah. It's amazing how many of these seeds come down to finding magic, and we've tried to add hints to guide you to magic, but there's just only so much you can do.
I've only seen it in the 20 asyncs that I have played. I've only seen a magic hint pop up once. Yeah. And the most you can take from that is just, okay, it was actually magic was like in Graveyard. It can only pop up if the other magic is magic locked. So it has to be a little specific.
No, it can still pop up the way I wrote it in, but if one magic is considered Way of the Hero, that can actually be in that path. So it's actually it's possible, and I think in that async it was that the path of magic can directly point to the magic because it's Way of the Hero. I know there were a couple seeds that both magic were sphere 0, so there was no path of magic.
Okay. Namaha electing to throw away the wallet. He's just save scumming it. He has Song of Time. So if you're leaning into the route you have just done, then going through, the river has your silvers. That is officially 5 dungeons on the left side for Vodzilla. And now the hunt for magic. It's like you said, Shadow Temple is at least eliminated for him. Haunted Wasteland is eliminated for him.
Knocks out Lax as well.
Yeah, Light Arrow cutscene can't be it. It looks like Volvagia did give him a recovery heart. So there are 4 items that could be his magic left in Fire Temple.
Did we ever see a Frogs 2 hint?
We did. Frogs 2's dead.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's why I write this stuff down. I'm always like, okay.
It could be Life Smash. We don't know yet.
That was an awful spot for Namaha.
You rush that. 100% you rush Spirit.
Yep. That is an awful. This might be a hard Skull Mask locked. You need to do it to beat the seed.
Oh no.
If you're rooting for Namaha, you're now rooting that somehow the other strength is the last item in water on the river chest. But yeah, if you're able to go back through that path, Mirror Shield is the only possibility, and it locks something to beat Shadow Temple.
It could lead to hovers. It doesn't necessarily have to lead to magic.
Yeah, doesn't have to lead to magic. But that is your best lead right now. It's that or just go for some density, go do Ganon's Castle.
You know what? Strength 3 is always in Spirit. Magic and Light Trap.
Oh my god. Oh my god. To note, VOD still has not done Child Spirit. So that is something to keep in mind. He probably would have liked to go do Adult Spirit first.
Yeah.
All right, this is a candidate. This could be our 4th item. Yo, the Stone of Agony. Saw that much earlier.
See, I don't know in this situation if I go Spirit or if I go Ganon's Castle.
Right, there's a lot of density there. I mean, for all you know, like a second magic could be in Ganon's.
I think it's 50-50. I think you could justify either call. But it looks like we're gonna see Ganon's Castle first from Vod. And
Yeah.
we're gonna see
I would have maybe preferred like Adult Spirit. I mean, I guess you can get these checks overall probably somewhat faster.
And if magic happens to be here, you're done.
Right.
I think that's the thought behind this.
Yeah. I think if I was routing, I would have gone Adult Spirit, Ganon's Castle, Child Spirit is probably what I lean into. Then again, I guess if you're leaning into the Spirit play, you're just saying, I'm going to live or die by this instead. Again, Namaha, Ice Cavern, the King's Or skip not paying out for him. Child Spirit, not necessarily paying out, not necessarily not paying out. You might have to do it to get to your magic at this point. But the Ice Cavern play not paying out for him. Spirit Temple creating question marks. And Water Temple right now down to the one item. We knew there was only one item left. It's going to be really funny when this is magic.
Alright, we've got Spirit Trial here for Vod. Cheesing Dark Link. The many ways.
I love how there's like literally 6 different ways to fight this idiot. Yo, we found Greg. Nice.
And yet the the devs went out of their way to make the main cheese of the game impossible in crouch stabbing. Good old callbacks to Z2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's actually a callback to the get in the corner and crouch and stab against Dark Link.
Yeah. For Dark Link.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Vod? Did Vod do Forest and Water Trial?
No, I do this as well when I'm coming through. I just grab that on the way in. I guess you're going up getting validation,
right.
saving and quitting. It makes a little less sense here because you're not going to go all the way up to Ganon, but it's fine. I don't feel like Ganon's Castle is going to get it, but that's just my guess. All right, Namaha, this is probably your big last hope.
Ooh.
Only a huge rupee.
I think for Namaha, he won his race yesterday by 30 seconds to make it in here. Hammer was Skull Mask. What the hell? So, he's been in these very tight, very long, drawn-out races. But I think every moment you don't see... I do think you're checking the race room every 2 to 3 minutes right now, saying, is he done yet? Is he done yet? Is he done yet?
Right.
And you just gotta keep trying.
Skull Mask, Skull Mask and chickens. They pick their points.
Yeah. Oh,
and there's go mode. There it is. GG.
Wow.
In the water trial. So it's got to be like hovers on. Hovers are like mirror shield locked.
Yeah.
And there it is. Vodzilla making his way up to become the first Zooter Blitz tourney champion.
Yeah, the hammer on Skull Mask. Not only the hammer on Skull Mask, but also strength 2 on Crater Fairy. So
Yeah.
Spirit was just hard locked by that.
Yep. So you potentially could have done some different routes here. But yeah, it's all going to lead to the same thing.
I think you can dodge Forest. I think it would be the big one if you do early Skull Mask.
Yep, you could go into Forest and just grab the mirror shield in the first check.
Yes.
Potentially at that point. I like
And-
the path, the path of the hero stuff that you're reading.
Yeah.
It probably leads you away from making that play, but that is an option that you could have made in these settings. And I always like that about these Blitz settings, like that potentially you could find a different fifth dungeon. It was not in the cards tonight for Namaha, but Vodzilla running up off the Megaton Hammer on Skull Mask for the W in the first ever Zooter Blitz tourney.
I do think that if Forest is your last dungeon and you find Mirror Shield right there, if you have Strength 2, you go. Spirit's most of the time going to be shorter than Forest.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is... What? Unless... I don't... There's no way right now.
No way that he'll find the hammer.
Oh, there's no way. It would take, what, 15 deaths to Ganon here right now?
I'm not even sure that much would do it. Yeah. Namaha's trying to think of like, okay, he's given him Skull Mask. He gave up Skull Mask. He's trying to think like maybe Vodzilla, it's more likely that he didn't do 20 or something. He's making his way over, checking Fire Temple. This will make sense. This would have been one of your last plays. Yeah. All right. There's the first of many hits. Go ahead.
I wasn't really paying attention in Fire. I don't know where was it hammer locked or?
I don't think it was. I think it's in the big lava room to the right. I think is where you're gonna find Boss Key. Obviously, he doesn't have hammer, so he can't do it. I with Namaha, I thought Child Spirit was gonna have the answers, and it only had questions in it, unfortunately.
Magic was in Water Trial, yeah. Okay. So Namaha might get the boss key right about the time VOD finishes here.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll have boss key and then wonder, where the hell is my hammer? He's probably thinking at this point, he's got to be thinking it was Skull Mask. And the finish is just going to confirm that. Again, it's in these Zooter Blitz tourney settings. A lot of it, you're trying to think, how do I play aggressively? What's that big aggressive call that I can make? And, I mean, shit, even outside of the Blitz settings, Skull Mask is just one a lot of people lose to. And it's just unfortunate for Namaha, if you're a Namaha fan, that really did it. But Vodzilla, big congratulations to him. Putting on Big Goron Sword, going to use the Big Daddy instead of the hammer. Yeah, Namaha just hasn't beaten DC because it was Baron. Just trying to find his go mode first. And unfortunately never really found more bomb chews.
And he's going for skulls at the moment, too. Still at 20.
Yeah. I can understand that. 20 over Skull Mask. You're just trying to think you're in complete desperation mode. The Ice Cavern and the water plays, neither one of those paid out for you. And goes back and watches the VOD later, he'll see that at the same point he committed, Skull Mask had not been done by either player. And you basically called it. He's going to be getting the boss key as the dot done's coming in for Vodzilla. GG's out in chat. Your first ever Zooter Blitz tourney champion, Vodzilla, with a time of 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 39 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't think Namaha has... No, I believe Namaha's getting ready to forfeit. I don't believe he has yet. But 1 in the morning, I don't think you can blame anybody for not continuing in this seed.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I 100% get that. This is a little late. We had to have our finals here. But GG to both these runners. They had to win. Here's the thing. A lot of times these tournaments, like it's okay, a couple weeks later, I get in my next one. You might be a little almost like mentally taxed here. You've had to do 6 races if you're both of these players over the last 8 days in this tournament. So it's part of why we tried to shoot for them being somewhat shorter settings. I mean, your finals here are 2 hours and 25 minutes, but huge GGs. Make sure, chat, y'all give follows to both these runners. And watch out, because we're definitely going to have more Blitz tourneys in the future.
I don't know what Namaha has in the background.
Wait, what? Let me unmute.
I am being yelled at in the race room for removing the always hint on Skull Mask.
It's one of those like, so it's an always hint on the multi-world tournament we have right now. And I'm like, I get it not being an always hint, but also like in the multi-world, I'm like, oh, thank Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I will say
still don't want to do it. Yeah.
That is one of the changes I'm looking at. We're looking at removing some of the higher skulls and possibly putting the Skull Mask always hint back in.
Sure. It leads more into the Blitz settings. I get that.
I think both of us, I think we don't want this these settings to be static. We want them to change. We want them to have, you don't want things to become stale.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, like, I don't want it to become like, okay, these are like, within these tournaments we do, these are the only settings we'll ever do. I think we can absolutely mess with some things. And hopefully, like, more so for me is the format. And just like have these coming out. 8 days, we ran a tournament. 76 players down to your champion Vodzilla runner-up Namaha.
All right, let's get them both in for an interview. We have Vod and we have Namaha. GG, both of you. Congratulations, Vod. Excellent race. Well done.
Hey, GG's.
And Namaha, I am here for my beating. Have fun, sir.
Why? What?
The Megaton Hammer.
For real, though. Just why?
The Megaton Hammer on Skullmask deciding it. I don't know if you saw or not, but the Megaton Hammer also hard locking at least the silvers that we saw right there.
Yeah, every 5th dungeon was locked by that. Skullmask and 20 skulls were the only 2 checks I had left in the game.
Yeah, at that point. When you made the play towards Ice Cavern, did you feel behind at that point?
I mean, yeah, all I had left at that point was a fire dip or a check, and no, I didn't even have anything in GTG to do. Like that was my only dense location left. Was Ice Cavern.
Up in the commentary booth, there was not a sweeter moment during the entire race than when I saw 2 men in absolute desperation mode standing out in the field shooting at Pose simultaneously.
Were we doing that at the same time? Nice.
Yeah, we're doing that the exact same time. I went, wow. Oh no. So I was said both of them think the other person has already done Skull Mask. Vod had already done 10 and 20 at that point.
So if I told you that you could have done Spirit, where do you think Strength 2 is?
Oh.
I
mean,
where?
Strength 2 was the... Oh, go ahead. Yeah, hit him. What's the lore?
Vod found 1 strength behind Hammer on Crater Ferry.
Okay, and...
Toilet.
Are you kidding?
Really, dude? Really? That was 1 check I had left too, just not in logic because I didn't have Rudos. Dang.
Dang. Dude.
So, yeah, Rudos was on Twinrova.
Classic.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So both Boomerang and Rudo's letter were inside of Spirit.
Love it. Are hovers mirror shield locked? They have to be, right?
Otherwise, that
Because
Path of
Mirror
Spirit-
Shield was the only thing left in Forest
Well-
Temple.
Well,
I would have made
it could
the
be
same
in
place.
Jabu. Could the
That's about to
slingshot lock
say.
boomerang?
They are indeed they are the Jabu compass chest.
That's where it is. God, that was like a 700 step process. Starting
Lord.
from Forest Temple to get to your Shadow Temple item. I was sitting there at the end, admittingly on these settings, obviously, you could do a different set of 5 dungeons. So after Vod pulls the hammer, I'm sitting there thinking, now hold up, watch this. If I'm sitting there thinking the magic's going to be Mirror Shield locked. If Namaha finds the silvers, and then that leads us that we could go down a completely different path, take out Spirit for Dungeon 5, get the magic, you never know. But as turned out, it was not meant to be. Runners, I just want to, here's my biggest question. I know it's super late. I know people want to get to bed. Here's the question I want to ask. How was your experience doing this tournament? Each of you had to do 6 matches in the last 8 days. What was your experience? How'd you like the tournament? What would you change about it?
I mean, I had a good time with it. I didn't really struggle to schedule too much, which was fortunate, I guess, based on who my opponents were. And I just have loads of free time these days, so that helps.
Hell yeah.
For
you,
the settings were
Vaughn?
fun.
Oh, yep.
I would go ahead, Bud, if you had something.
I mean, it was fun. Like, I was getting kind of like before every race, I just get like the pre-race jitters, and I just like I can't do this like 5 or 6 days in a row. It's killing me.
But now
Yeah,
here you
true.
are, the champion.
I was about to say, ready to do it again next month?
Yeah, something's got to change. I shouldn't be winning tournaments.
Skull mask.
That's
Always
kinda
hit. Cough.
Let's go.
Sorry.
Do
Sorry,
both
what?
of you feel would? Yeah. Let's put both of you on the rules committee for the next Blitz tournament. Skull
Yes.
Mask isn't always. Are y'all turning off 40 and 50?
I'm down with that. Actually, leave him on. Fuck it. That was fun.
Fuck it, I know. I like when I see something stupid like that, but
So
no,
instead
you.
of,
I cut you off beforehand, Namaha. You were gonna say something about the settings beforehand.
No, just that they were fun, minus the skull mask always hint. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be salty
yeah.
about that for the next week or 2, Cubs. Just FYI.
Oh, trust me, you'll have something worse in the multi-world tournament. You already know it.
Yeah, true.
oh, instead of the always hint, I recommended open mask shop.
I'd be down with that.
Just get. Yeah, I'm about to say. You know what?
You know what? Still make it an always hint. I don't care.
Yeah. You know what?
It's better disable the.
Child Spawn will always be the Deku Theater with Skull Mask in your
Start with.
inventory.
Yes.
Let's go, dude.
Oh, maybe one day we'll actually be able to start with masks. Who knows?
I want my bunny hood, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
So the
Yeah.
last thing I'm gonna say. Anyone want to take a shot at second magic?
I was about to ask where either of the magics were. I didn't have any of
It's
them.
got to be Shadow, right?
No.
The one we found
Trials?
was the water trial, left water trial
It
was
just
where,
trials. Okay.
was where our go mode was.
Cool.
Second one's also in spirit.
Jesus Christ, spirit out of me. Wait, which chest?
Can't believe I didn't brush toilet, dude.
It was silver rupees right in the beginning.
Oh, the boulder
shit.
room.
Yeah.
It's right there.
No, this
Nice.
is great. I said it before, Spike. This has gone, just as an outsider, this has gone better than I think either of us could have hoped for. I'm glad everyone has had a good time with this. I'm glad people are looking forward to more of these. We all like tournaments. We all hate waiting for tournaments to happen. We don't need another we pray there's not another first multi-world tournament. That's all. It's
Yeah, I
fun
definitely
to
like the
do,
fast 1 week
Yeah.
ones. They're way more manageable for me, at least.
Yeah, they're definitely not for everyone, but I think a lot more people just want stuff like again, I love having like the longer season tournaments and whatnot. This has been a very fun, like almost off-season tournament that I'm glad we got to showcase. Again, shouts to Trez and everyone at ZSR for letting us get to be on here and get to showcase the finals of 76 runners throwing down over the last week. And Hopefully this is the first of many. No, I know Cubs, you want to do a lot of these. I want to see the multi-world tournament, the 69 Triforce piece hunt. 3 players each looking for an average of 23 Triforce pieces. It ends on nice. We'll mod it in to where Ganon, instead of going, "Oh, I hate you, hero of time, you suck," he'll just say nice, and that's the text box. That'll be the finale of every single race. It'll be a legendary. Let's get it set up. One week tournament next month. We'll need to schedule 600 people to do the tournament because it's a multi-world. It'll be great.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that 255 async multi-world thing first.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
2.0 coming soon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Namaha having to regenerate an arm in the middle of the last multi-world tournament. I forgot about that. I forgot that happened.
Yeah, I chopped that guy off by mistake. You know what happens.
Well, yeah. Congratulations, VOD. Namaha. Excellent race, well done. Congrats on second place. Any final thoughts? Because it's 1 a.m. and I think we all want to go to bed.
We all need to go to sleep. Yeah.
Yep. But
sorry for the consistent 300 bit rate there.
Yeah,
the pixels I saw in your VOD were beautiful, VOD. All right.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I can tell this man's executing like a god right now. I just couldn't ever tell what any of your endstones said. I was thankful when Namaha would then read it like right afterwards. I'd be like, "Oh, it looks like 50's dead." Okay. Every time you kill the skull, I was like, "There's no way. I have no idea how many he's killed." It was just a red blotch in the middle of the screen. It was great.
Good stuff.
Thank you, gentlemen. This was a fun race. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and everyone enjoy more Ocarina of Time Randomizer and other cool Zelda stuff on this channel. We'll see you all later. Bye bye.
Good night, y'all.
Before we go, I just want to shout out our trackers again. Lazy, and I'm going to try this one. Mumelki. I have no idea. We're just going to go ML.
Mumelki?
I'm
going to say Mumelki.
Yeah, that sounds better. I like that. Big thank you again. Spike, thank you very much, Rabir. Thank you very much for starting this whole thing. KH2 is taking it and run with it. I hope we do the same here with Ocarina of Time. This is a great idea. I love it. I really hope to see it just go crazy within Ocarina of Time.
Absolutely same.
Until next time, everyone. Everybody stay safe out there. Everybody have a good night. We will see y'all back here soon. Everybody get the hell out of here. Go the fuck to bed.
Okay, bye!
See ya. Have a good night, all.